Welcome to episode 4 in the F&S Podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share the content. We greatly appreciate it. This is one half of the F&S Podcast. Matt, a.k.a. Free.
What's going on? It's Josh. Up in here. Got the Queens again.
Hi, Alicia. How y'all doing?
We had to force her to get on. So,
You can tell by the way she said
we had
that.
to force her to get on. But
Tell by the way she said that.
we're going to talk about a couple topics today. I'll name the show later. So, that's how we going to do that. I'm going to name the show later.
But we're going to start off talking about this WNBA draft and what the landscape of that league is looking like now with the new, I guess you could say the stardom that they got added to their league now. With the impact of women's college basketball within the past couple of years, some of those household names that was in college, they are now in the pros.
Mm-hmm.
So now we possibly could see, I ain't gonna say a shift, but we should see a big uprise in WNBA popularity based on what people been saying. Possibly, we'll see.
Well, with the contract that I just seen, we should. But,
And then Caitlin Clark, everybody want to make a big deal out of her contract situation now. She getting paid less per year than what some NBA players get fined for.
Candace Parker, I'm sorry. AJ Wilson, I'm sorry. Sue Bird, I'm sorry. Deanna Taurasi, I'm sorry. That's all I'm going to say.
Why are you apologizing?
Listen,
Where they shoe deal at? And they put work in the WNBA.
Let's first talk about the salaries. So, what do you think about the first year salary for, I believe, not just Caitlin Clark, but also I think it's the first 4 picks of the WNBA getting around $76,000 for the first year, and roughly $338,000 for a 4-year contract.
Well, let me ask you this question. Do you ever say, let's go to a WNBA game?
I have never said that.
Okay. Have you ever said, let's turn on a WNBA game?
Not in the past 20
Have
years.
you ever said, hey, turn on this WNBA game?
No.
Okay.
But I'm asking you about that $76,000
That's why.
salary.
That's why.
but that's the reason.
No viewers, no ticket sales. They don't sell merch.
Right.
I mean, in order to garner that much money, you have to bring in income.
Right.
Do you see little girls walk around in WNBA jerseys? They're for sale.
No, but with the recent buzz surrounding the WNBA and Caitlin Clark kind of bringing a spotlight to women's basketball, do you feel like maybe those starting salaries should have been more than what they were?
No.
She
hasn't. First of all, it's one person. And Caitlin Clark was bringing money to college.
And by the way, she's not the only household name coming from college that was in this draft.
Exactly.
We seen Angel Reese up in here, and she's been a constant voice and face in women's basketball for the past couple of years. And matter of fact, let's just add to that she's a champion.
Right.
She is a champion. But when it comes to the WNBA as a whole, for years, I think I've seen this on a couple other news outlets that, for the most part, the WNBA, they haven't really profited any money any of the years that they've been in existence. They haven't profited any money. If anything, they've been essentially at a deficit if we go based off of how much money they bring in. So the NBA has been supporting the WNBA just to stay in existence for the past X amount of years, if those things are true. So now, when you bring in some household names that people know that have some sort of a celebrity status, maybe this can be the beginning of the tide changing. And all those females that Matt said apologies to, we gotta crawl before we walk. Somebody gotta start it somewhere, and you're not gonna get.
If those, so you would say those people are better than Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
So why couldn't they have been the trailblazers?
Well,
leadership and hype and all that stuff.
Well, let me say this: the WNBA was popping at one point. Remember when Cheryl Swoops and Lisa Leslie and all of them was there? They was having sold out games. Them games was looking like NBA games. I don't know where the fall off happened. I don't know. But when the WNBA, they was popping at one point.
Yeah, I mean, I would see them on TV shows, commercials.
So I don't know where the fall off happened. I can't lie and say I know that, but I don't think Caitlin Clark is enough. And what you need for the WNBA, they need merch sales. There's people got to walk around with their jerseys. They need TV time, ticket sales. They need all that.
Right.
Do you ever know when the WNBA finals on? Oh, you know? Oh, you watch it?
No.
Oh, you know? Oh, okay.
So you know when they on, but you choose not to watch it.
Yes.
You rather watch Chicago Fire or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Well, let me read off just some facts from CBSNews.com. Just briefly talks about Clark. This year's #1 draft pick in the WNBA will have a starting salary of $76,535 and will earn roughly $338,000 over the 4-year contract she signed with the Fever.
Can I cut your wisdom real quick?
That's
1 second. And also, they played how many games? 30-something games a season? NBA play like 82. So
the second, third, and fourth picks in this year's draft will also earn that same amount their first year, according to the league's collective bargaining agreement. The base annual pay for all 4 athletes will see only a modest rise over the next few years: $78,066 in 2025, $85,873 in 2026, and $97,582 in 2027. And then the article also states that lower-ranked WNBA draft picks earn less, such as Angel Reese.
She's still the first rounder, though.
She is, but she is not the third, the second, third, or fourth pick. I think she's the 7th pick, correct?
I think she was. Yeah, I think she was 7. I think. Hold on, wait. I'm looking right at it. Yeah, she's 7. Okay. Chicago Sky, yeah. So
lower ranked WNBA draft picks earn less according to a wage scale outlined in the players' agreement with the league. Players are also eligible for bonuses at the end of the season based on performance. For example, the Rookie of the Year award comes with a $5,150 bonus.
Now that's funny.
The WNBA did not immediately respond to CBS Money Watch's request for comment on how it sets its athletes' salaries.
But listen, once again, outside, let's ask the hard questions here. What do they bring to the table as far as viewership, though?
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Do you view any female like an Allen Iverson?
Of course.
Or a Kobe? Or a LeBron?
We're going to have to wait and see.
Now, Caitlin Clark is probably the first female I've seen with all this buzz. You know what I'm saying? Right now, with this social media age, because the WNBA was popping back then. And there was actually people wearing some jerseys back there too, by the way. Back then, though. You know what I'm saying? So maybe she could bring some of that back. Maybe. with this draft class with Reese and all them and Cardoso and all that, huh?
She got to go off. She can't come in and, you know, we start looking at her in these games and you not seeing what you saw in college.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think she's going to have the same impact Candace Parker had when she came and touchdown?
No, she's not. But this is the thing. People just want to see her be able to shoot the three and make the three. Because she is the female version, or at least the closest thing that they have to it.
I'm not feeling this comparison.
Of a Steph. But that's what they've been comparing her to. They saying that she's they were saying that she's the woman Steph Curry when she was in college basketball. So now they she walking into the NBA. Thankfully, she's carrying this weight on her shoulders that if she does succeed, then it'll be a positive upward trend. Now, the thing that's helping out women's basketball the most right now, I think you said it before, how bad men's basketball has got.
Yeah, that's the only reason. I mean, because...
So, what do you... I was going to say, what do you think about what President Biden said also on CBS News?
What?
Yes, it's...
President Biden?
Yes, so...
We don't really talk politics on the F&S podcast.
I'm not talking about politics. Also, I'm just saying there's been a lot of people weighing in on this, even the president, with some online commentators expressing surprise at Clark's pay. President Biden weighed in on Tuesday on the issue of pay disparity in sports.
Did he care about
women in sports? Continue to push new boundaries and inspire us all. Well, right now we are seeing that even if you're the best, women are not paid their fair share. He said in a post on X, formerly known as Twitter, it's time that we give our daughters the same opportunities as our sons and ensure women are paid what they deserve.
Well, hold up now.
Isn't Biden like a certified racist?
Hold up now. I ain't even going down that road. I ain't even going down that road. But
that wouldn't matter.
Yeah, it would matter.
I'm not
Was any president talking about this when Candace Parker was kicking up dust?
Okay, hold up. Now,
was anybody?
I wasn't even. I'm not gonna go down that road. But let's just go based off what he said. He said one of the best. She hasn't proven that yet.
Exactly.
She hasn't proven that yet. She hasn't played in that world where the other official female pros is already out there. So she hasn't proven that yet. Is the NBA hopeful that she will do that? The WNBA, yeah. I mean, look, Dawn Staley, the head coach for the women's South Carolina basketball team, thanked Caitlin Clark after they beat them in the championship game.
I got my thoughts on that, but okay.
But I'm just saying, because she feels the positive impact that Caitlin Clark had for the WNBA. Fine. But look, if we gonna be calling anybody the best, let them prove it first. Don't go out there and crown them before they go and do anything.
I want to bust this list out real quick because this is bothering me here. So, is Caitlin Clark better than Breanna Stewart? No. A'ja Wilson? No. Elisa Thomas? No. Jackie Young? No. Chelsea Gray? No. Nafisa Collier. I know who that is.
Is that in comparison to their college career?
Nope, I'm talking about. I mean, she getting all this dope coming in the door. Listen, no. When you get the crown or the what's the thing the females wear? It ain't a crown. What is it?
A crown?
No. What is the thing that the females wear? They don't wear a crown. No, like the little crown thing. The What does the princesses wear on their head?
Oh,
tiara.
Oh.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. When you get the tiara put on your head, now you coming in the door as the best. I mean, she getting paid like the best, right? With that Nike deal, supposedly, right? Allegedly.
Well, see, that's the thing. See, but that's the thing that this draft class.
She better than Kelsey Plum, no.
But
she better than Brittany Griner, no.
the only thing
Jewel Lloyd, no.
The only thing that Caitlin Clark has over all of them females that you just listed is she has a higher celebrity status.
What about the skills?
I understand and I hear what you're saying. That's
Just because you can shoot the rock? Like, look, Chris Muller could shoot the rock.
Listen, look.
Is he top 10?
I'm not saying that you're wrong here. I'm not saying that you're wrong here. But at the end of the day, being a celebrity matters when you're talking about a product that you're trying to draw people to watch. So at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter if you are better or you're not better. Speaking of the devil. Okay? But when you draw people to come and watch you play, that makes money. And so that's going to start the flip of the audience wanting to watch the WNBA
Is it
game.
only going to draw money when Indiana Fever play?
Hopefully not, because let's give props to the other celebrity that was in this draft class, Angel Reese.
Which I think Chicago Sky probably going to be a problem. But
Angel Reese is just as much of a celebrity as Caitlin Clark is.
she's the evil one, right?
Well,
in the public eye, right?
Man, look, we already know what that. I mean,
no one likes Angel Reese.
We already know what that.
Which I'm riding with Angel Reese. Okay? That's who I'm rolling with.
But anyway,
I'm gonna just say that.
But anyway, Angel Reese, she's the champion.
Right.
She was one of the best at her position.
Right.
She's also a first round draft pick for the female. So females that got that celebrity status right now, coming out of WNBA right now, the best thing for them, one, they did it. They stayed in college, they full term, so they can get all of their NIL money and their endorsement money. They need to continue to ride that wave because right now the WNBA paycheck is not up there. I mean, essentially these girls are taking a pay cut to go to the WNBA.
Yeah, but like you said, with this celebrity status that Caitlin Clark have, and if she really got that $20 million Nike deal, maybe
that could be the beginning.
Maybe that paves the way for other females to get.
Well, let's talk about that. According to CNBC.com, the excitement around Caitlin Clark being drafted first overall by the Indiana Fever in the draft, in the 2024 NBA draft, led to 2.45 million viewers to tune in, eclipsing the league's previous high for a draft by 307%. Another indication of the impact that the NCAA all-time leading scorer in both men and women's basketball will have on the WNBA.
See, now first, I don't like that they do that right there. They like to try to pair them together like it's the same world.
It's not the same.
It's not the same world.
It's not the same.
Just say women's and
it's
leave
not
it at
the same
that.
because then you start a whole different situation that don't need to be started.
Because that's okay. So look, I'm gonna go ahead and go there. All right.
Okay, just go there.
Because some delusional people out here in the world, they've been having this thought process that women can actually compete against men in this kind of stuff. I just want y'all to understand something. The tallest female in WNBA, Brittany Griner?
I believe so.
And she's
I'll double check that.
No, I don't think it's Brittany Griner. I think it may be
is it the other?
What's the other one who over in China?
I don't know.
Anyway. Are we talking about in the WNBA or basketball player?
In the WNBA. The tallest female.
Margot Didick.
And she's
7'2".
She said what? 7'2" chick?
Yeah, she played for the San Antonio Stars.
She played.
Is she cold? What's her stat line?
She played in the early 2000s.
Man,
we
talking about
what's
current.
going on right now.
Yeah,
what's going on right now? Anyway.
You got something?
Well, we can just talk about this draft right here while she pulled that up. Cardoso.
Of the Liberty holds the title as the tallest WNBA player at 6'11".
There you go.
Okay, there we go.
6'11". 6'11". She probably ain't even cold like that. But
You don't know that.
I hate that. I mean, I've never heard the name before. Have you heard that name before?
Oh,
I've never heard the name before.
Her salary is $62,280.
we ain't gotta know all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't gotta know that. I'm just saying, like,
And
I
that's
mean,
according to herhoopstats.com.
But anyway,
Listen.
listen.
Go ahead.
All I'm saying is,
you got the
look,
ISO.
you got some people that feel like they can compete against men in this world. And listen, skill wise, if it was just based on skill alone, maybe. But when you start to factor in everything else that comes with a game that is involving running and jumping and bodies banging down in the paint, that just eliminates all of that. So, listen, in this draft class, right, Angel Reese is supposed to be playing a power forward position. She's 6'3". She's a power forward at 6'3".
Well,
in the NBA, that's a point guard.
I'm gonna say this just to be fair, because I separate things here. So, you know, with girls don't grow to be that tall usually. It's an anomaly. So, the Angel Reese being 6'3", playing power forward isn't a reach in that world.
Well,
that world.
The only reason why I brought it up is because there's going to be people that say women can beat men in this world, and if they was to ever actually play, it's going to be a rude awakening.
That's not gonna happen. I mean, look, at the end of the day,
they know. I wish we could.
I think there's a thing when it comes to. It's like this. When it comes to guys playing against girls in sports, the natural element is they go light on them just because they know already. You know what I mean? It's just they don't go hard and it's not no, and they still don't beat them. You know, it's just like they don't, because it's looked at as being cowardly if you go hard on a female in sports. It's called this what it is.
But
if you play a girl if you play a female with all your might, if you look at a dude playing a female one-on-one right now, if we look at them play one-on-one and he play them as hard as he can, you're going to look at this dude sideways like, man, what are you doing, man?
Right, but
you know that.
But in this era...
Yeah, Josh, would you play a girl extra hard one-on-one?
No, I'm purposely not going to try to be extra physical with,
you know what I'm saying?
But that's the way my mind is ingrained, okay? I mean, and, you know, look.
Now, if she was talking reckless to you, saying, you ain't nothing, what you gonna do then?
All it takes is a couple of bumps and she'll get the picture. All it takes is a couple of bumps. And you'll be like, look, it can be like this the whole game. I can take it another notch. I'm trying to just have fun here. Okay? Look. It is a true thing. I mean,
So here's a good question. When you have a woman athlete challenge a male athlete,
like Clarissa Shields,
right?
Challenging Keith Thurman in the boxing match,
is all bets off when it comes to
it's the nature part still ain't, because as a man, it's hard for me. It will be almost impossible for me to shift that gear on a female.
We're talking about professional athletes. We're not talking about just
even with them.
At the basketball court down
we talking about nature.
Look,
as a male and female.
Okay, so look, let's just stay in the basketball world, right? The best female basketball players right now, proven that the girls that you just named, Candace Parker, Breanna Stewart, what's the girls that you named? Sue Bird, Deanna Taurasi, all of them. All right, let's line them up. All right, LeBron James, Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving. I mean, we don't even got to pull out the big guns for this, right? Like we can get the other guys that you know. I mean, you gonna find out really quick.
Could you use the 15th slot on the bench?
You can use the G League.
G League.
You can use the G League, and this will serve as a. very easy example here. You use the G League. And it's not that the females wouldn't be skilled. It's the fact that to deal with that athleticism and that physicality, that's going to be a different world that they never dealt with before.
So we have ladies on the panel. Do y'all agree with this?
Absolutely. I think it's foolish for professional athletes, women's sports to challenge professional athletes in male sports in their same, in their same
arena,
yes, in their same class. It's not comparable.
I mean, the body composition is completely different, so you can't. There's never gonna be a comparison.
Yeah.
But the only reason why it comes up is because you got certain people out in the world that's trying to push certain things, and they say certain things that cause conversations like this to happen, and certain people do truly believe this stuff.
Well, that's when fluff around and find out comes into play.
Which is
but
the
then
only way.
It's a lose-lose situation for a guy. That's the only problem I have with this. It's a lose-lose if you're a guy. You're in a no-win situation here.
See, but
that's why you don't even engage. I wouldn't engage because it's a lose-lose.
The only way that this conversation gets dead and buried is if it was to actually ever happen.
If they actually set up a real game.
If they actually set up a real game.
But will the guys take it serious?
You tell the dudes, go hard, go ham.
Even if you tell them what they.
If you don't go ham, don't even bother playing. Because they gonna come out trying to play hard because they got a point that they trying to prove.
Listen, you know when you a guy or you the big guy and you got your arm out and they just swinging at you and missing.
Yes,
that's all it is. And you just standing there like, and they just swinging. You know what I mean? You like, come on, man, stop. You know what I mean? Like, it's all it is. So even if they did come out guns blazing, what does that mean?
Like I said, we don't even gotta pull out our big guns for this. I'll put Miles Turner at the. We can have Miles Turner. Matter of fact, you know what? No, forget that.
Your nose flaring up over there.
James Wiseman.
Oh, okay.
We can put guys that don't really get clocked like that. James Wiseman. We'll go get Imani Bates. Come on out here, Mike Bates. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really gonna be like that. So my thing is, it should not be an issue for females to want to stay in the female world. Why should you want to come into the male world with that?
Well, look, you already said.
I mean, I don't think
you know what?
males ever talk about coming into the female world. I mean, how many male professional athletes challenge?
Do you want to say what it is?
Look, you ever seen the
movie? You want to say what it is?
You ever seen the movie Juwanna Mann?
Yes, I've seen it.
You don't want to say what it is?
What is it?
Go ahead, say it. This is F&S.
Yeah, we uncut besides cuss words. Okay. So, you got men that want to be women and women that want to be men. So they trying to cross over into each other's worlds, man. They let dudes compete in women's sports.
Before that subject even is talked about, so the challenges that's been made have been by non-transgender women.
That's because of this whole.
It's Steph Curry when he did that competition this year during the All-Star weekend. That was not.
That's shooting.
Transgender.
That's shooting the basketball.
Between a WNBA player and an NBA player.
Shooting the basketball versus actual physical contact is two completely different situations.
It was still something that was challenged from one sector to another.
That's equivalent to playing golf.
I'm not trying to get as technical as you.
We gonna keep this thing logic and facts.
So
therefore, it will be technical, logic, and facts.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Steph Curry shooting against the girl is like playing golf.
Man,
that's all it is.
I'm not disagreeing with you at all.
It sound like you is.
No, I'm not. I'm saying that just even outside, right? even just outside of the transgender, subject when it comes to sports, it's been just in general. There's been women challenging men in professional sports. Period. Even outside of the transgender thing.
But what do you think that's too? That's a narrative being pushed.
Yeah, it's a narrative.
That's the narrative being pushed.
I mean, even in the community, the I don't need a man community.
That's all that is.
Is it the transgender narrative or the feminism narrative?
It could be both.
It's both.
It's both.
It may not.
Because with these with these ultra sensitive guys now tapping into their femininity side, now you got women getting on the airwaves saying, I have to be the man, which is stop. That's not the case. So now that carries over into sports.
What does it mean? Because I get a little confused when men say they're tapping into their femininity side.
Man, to me, all that means is they soft.
I mean, that's really what it is. I mean,
to me, all that means they soft. That's all that means.
That's not being confused with having feelings.
no, hold on. You can have. See, this the thing. Now, I'm gonna give. Let me choose my words carefully here on this show, because I don't want to say nothing out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? But
we don't got the audience where you got to worry about that right now. So go ahead.
you're right. You are 100% correct. Right?
Go ahead and say how you really feel.
But I'm trying to keep it to where I ain't cussing. You know what I'm saying? Right? So the thing is, let me ask you this. Let me say this. Let me ask you this question. Listen, I just do what I do. Let me do what I do, right?
You don't never answer questions. He always got to ask.
No, I want to create some dialogue. Can I create some dialogue, please?
Ahead.
Now, do females nowadays make it easy for a guy to be emotionally available without calling them punks?
Nope.
Can a guy really express feelings around the current female in my day, and because I can only speak in my day and age? Can they really express feelings without them being called not a man, right?
But you can't blame that all on.
No, I'm just asking the question. I'm saying, because usually if a guy show any sort of emotion, right, then he's not you got women saying what a man is here. You know what I'm saying, right?
Have you seen on, I guess, social media or online or wherever, what women's definition of what a man is?
Yeah, I see a lot of that, but I like to ignore it.
The best thing, man, look.
I ignore all that. You know what I'm saying? I can't listen.
What is the popular definition right now?
They call that what? Just go to the dead homie. Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels about the women with the.
Are you saying? Don't you homie rest in peace? The dead homie.
Listen, look.
No.
Listen, look. No.
Anybody who don't practice what they preach.
Hold on.
Listen,
Wait.
Hold up. See, look. Y'all cut me off before I even finish what I was gonna say.
Let me ask you a question. First of all, why is he the dead homie rest in peace in the first place?
Well,
And
because
why was he your go-to?
Because
hold up.
Because
okay, give me a second.
Wouldn't you rather?
Give me a second.
I got you.
No, you can't get nobody.
No, because wait a minute. Let me just say what I'm gonna say to her real quick.
Let the fellas speak.
No, I'm not going to speak. I'm gonna let you have the. I'm about to hand it off right to you. I'm about to hand the baton right to you. All I'm gonna say is this, yo. You've said. Wait a minute. Hold on. Look. I'm not. Listen. Hold on. Can you listen to me? I'm not saying anything. I didn't mention this man's name. What I'm saying is this. You said.
But you better your man up.
Come on, man.
Josh, hold on. Let me pick you up off the
Is
floor.
this not the? Is this not my? We co-host.
Y'all
here.
didn't even let me finish my angle.
Now, Now hold on. You said you agreed with some stuff that brother said. You said that. So
I said, first of all, when people talk a lot, there's gonna eventually be some facts spilled.
A broken clock is always right.
Oh,
exactly.
we go with that.
Exactly. You talk enough, there's gonna be some facts spilled.
Listen.
But go ahead, Josh.
The reason why I said that is because that answer that you was talking about with what they view as a real man. A whole lot of the bad examples of women that went on his show was talking about what a high value man is supposed to be, and how some of these women that was hunting for a high value man, how they was leaving behind a good dude. They left a good dude. They left a good man. They left kids behind to go get in their mind what they felt was a high value man.
Which was
money.
It all went
Money.
back to money. You got to make a certain amount of money to be able to take care of me, pay my bills, pay for my upkeep. That's
Once again,
what's the connection with emotion?
Once again, no. You asked the question what we thought about what the social media world was saying about high value.
No, I didn't say about high value.
Or what the definition of a real man.
That all plays into
the
play.
definition of a real man.
That all goes into play because when they say what the definition of a man is, it's a man that pretty much
Just
take care of all your expenses and everything else.
Kind of going back to that 90 million conversation.
And what else?
Everything.
Like everything else as far as what?
A real man takes care of my bills. Takes care of everything else while I just sit here.
And didn't Kevin Samuels push that same narrative?
The females.
Let me tell you what.
The bad examples.
Let me tell you what I disagree.
I believe.
No, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you the issue. Let me tell you what Kevin Samuels was pushing on his show, which is what KRS once say. I wish I could play this clip, but the thing is, Kevin Samuels, when the older women get on there, because I don't disagree with everything. I don't agree with everything Kevin Samuels said.
Facts. Me neither.
Okay. The thing is this: you can be a woman with kids and find somebody. You know what I'm saying? When he talk about high value men, he talk about rich dudes. And rich dudes, they like younger women because they like to control them. You know what I'm saying? Younger, immature women are more into the material things and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Hence to why those rich dudes always stick to those girls, because they're impressed by that. Women who have their own stuff and handle their business don't care about none of that.
Right.
Hence to why they always clash.
But then,
unless they came up together.
But then, like I said the bad examples of women that came on that show.
Right.
The bad examples of women that went on that show was women that was older. Some of them were older females.
And where was they at though? They were single.
Yeah, because they left behind a good man.
Because they put value on a guy because of his money.
Exactly.
And didn't Kevin Samuels push that same narrative?
I'm not saying you. Let me ask you a question.
No.
Let me ask you this. Am I raising the Kevin Samuels flag here?
I am just.
He's pushing the rich man's narrative, not the common.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to say.
But that's what I'm saying. Just separate it. Don't put it in the common guy.
You know my issue with Kevin Samuels is, right? You know what my issue is.
What?
He don't stand in his own words. My issue is this. You cannot, to anybody, you cannot have a relationship podcast show and giving people advice on stuff you don't even have.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
And that is my issue with Kevin. Show and prove what you're saying is successful.
But let me say this.
By being the example.
But let me say this. Can I say this, please?
You're not even living that.
Can I?
Successful
can you?
life.
Like I said,
can you tag me in, please?
There's no.
Can I just say this? Can I say this? Can I say this?
What?
As much as I don't agree with everything Kevin Samuels say,
yes.
I told you what's up. Growing up as a boy, man, whatever you want to say. Men is taught to accept rejection and bow to a female. That's what you're taught growing up. So you got a guy so-called standing up because dudes, all they did ever done was get criticized publicly through everything. You know what I'm saying? Men is dogs. Men ain't this. Men is stupid. This, that, and the third. Da 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 da. That's been pushed forever. Then you got this one dude. Whether everything was right, wrong, everything wasn't right, but you know, whatever. You got one guy that stands up for guys, and it's a problem now. When it's a myriad of women who disrespect dudes on the airwaves constantly.
First of all, why you sitting up here rah-rahing it?
I'm not rah-rahing nothing. I'm kicking facts here. Because all the women is upset at this one dude. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, nobody's upset about Kevin Samuels standing up for men. I'm not upset about that. My issue with Kevin Samuels is you have yet to show me the formula works.
I'm telling you, the approach ain't
and that is my issue. That was always my issue, not only with Kevin Samuels, and this is male or female, male or woman, who have a relationship podcast, who they spew out all this advice, but they have not shown me the formula.
But that's not what I said. I said this.
That is my issue. So
I
when
got
you say,
but this is a broken record.
Folks say R.I.P. to the homie Kevin Samuels,
listen,
I'm like,
yo, hold on, wait a second.
He hasn't proven
but check this. But listen, what I'm saying. That's not the point I'm saying.
He's no
here.
different than any other. But he's not no different than any other person out there that spits, because he's gonna be right on some things and he's gonna be wrong on some things.
And that's fine, but I'm not going to have a podcast or have a show giving advice to people and I can't even live up to that standard.
Okay,
that is my issue.
If we're gonna put a bullet target on Kevin Samuels, we need to put it on everybody.
Yeah,
I just
pretty
said
much.
that.
It's not just.
I literally just said that.
Listen, man.
Didn't I say
and
that?
you proven, you literally proven. Hold on.
Man, if anybody.
Yo, man, like you see him. Look, the point has been proven already because the hairs rise up on the back because there's somebody that's standing for dudes, man. All right, listen. At the end of the day.
Did I just?
Hold on. No one is perfect here.
No
one is perfect here. His approach is not right. It's
amazing how people just ignore everything.
I listened to everything you said.
No, you didn't.
I did. I heard it all.
Without even
because
look, at the end of the day, when it comes to that relationship stuff, if you're gonna base your whole thing off of how much money a person makes just so you can reap the benefits of it,
you're a prostitute.
You ain't got no substance.
That's what you is.
You ain't got no real
you
substance.
a literal prostitute. You might as well walk the corners if that's what it is. You should be walking the block. 100%. That's what it's supposed to be. That's what you should be.
Platform.
This is crazy.
If you're gonna give advice,
we was talking about hoop. I don't even know how we got to this.
Hold on. If you're gonna
have the devil's name.
No, listen. If you're gonna have a platform in any sector, in sports, relationship, finance, you have to show and prove by example when you're giving advice to people.
Is that standard set for females?
It should be everybody.
I'm asking the question, is it?
Absolutely.
because they running around.
We've had this conversation before, and I've told you this. And I've told you that.
Keep feeding the fire.
I'm asking a question.
No. I've told him about the bitter Betty Brigade. I can't stand those freaking women who are bitter and
kicking
I
facts.
apologize for saying the name.
She kicking facts.
Who talk trash about men. I can't stand those women who talk trash about, especially in our own community. It's embarrassing, and I can't stand it when men do it to women. I said that. I said, if you are going to have platforms like that, stand in it and have examples for people to actually follow. And that's women too.
Well, she kicking facts. She said we've talked about this privately. I'm just asking the question because dudes begin getting curb stomped forever. You know what I'm saying? And this one guy come out, and then now all of a sudden, everybody got pitchforks. All of a sudden.
The issue with that is Kevin Samuels didn't live by example, and that's the issue.
Half the women who talk junk on the internet don't.
Exactly.
So I'm just saying, like,
guess what?
Because he's going based off of statistical numbers.
And when they croak over and they die, then they should get the same energy that Kevin Samuels got when he died.
But on the
How about
F&S,
that?
He just was trying to be kicking out statistical numbers.
Right.
From all of the clips that I've seen.
Right.
Yeah, I think a lot of the stuff he said, it was for show.
I definitely believe that.
They
I
most
100%
definitely
believe
could be.
that.
I mean, just like how some of the women examples could have been for
Exactly,
that.
but what the thing that is damaging is people believe it.
Yeah, but how many people
they're actually applying
But
it
look,
to their lives,
if you-
and it's damaging.
and I don't like, and I don't.
Like him and other, people with platforms.
But you
are
know what
collecting
makes it
money.
but you know what makes it believable? When you got so many you just said it.
'Cause he had
You
been
got
on
so
the
many
show
other
before.
platforms. You got so many other platforms. Not just X him out the picture. Let's just pretend like he never existed.
Oh, he got replaced easily. There's so many other people that have came and replaced him that are probably worse than he was.
Right,
Well-
but
well-
I'm just talking about I'm just speaking on the females that put themselves
Well-
out there in that world that expose themselves to look like fools.
All I can say is this: when it comes to that situation, women get some sort of a taste of how dudes feel, a little bit. I'm not gonna say fully, because growing up, a man's existence is to please a woman. When I was brought up, that's your whole existence, your whole point of living is to please a female. That's what am I tripping, Dross? Am I lying?
Bro, we going back to Adam and Eve here.
Am I lying in that aspect? You know what I'm saying?
That's
That's your
Adam and Eve.
whole point. And the point I've said, because I've talked to many fathers, you know what I'm saying? And those guys are not happy because their whole existence is to please their wife and their
Are they
kids.
raising their daughters like that?
Huh?
Some of them
Are
are.
they
Yeah, and I don't agree with that mess. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with that mess.
Well, I ain't gonna put
Well,
his name.
I don't think that women should be getting a taste of what men should be getting, and I don't think that men should have been treated that way in the first place. I think that people need to start treating people better,
Hold on.
period.
Can let's make the U-turn
Yes.
and go back to the WNBA.
No, well, I'm just saying. Because
make the
I don't think he's understanding. There shouldn't be none of that revenge. Now you getting it. It's not really serving a purpose. People shouldn't be treating people in that type of way. Period. Whether you're a woman or a man.
Well,
Well,
look, we gonna U-turn this back
I don't know
because
how I interpret this.
because we
Oh,
got
because
off.
of you.
I said
You
the
said
devil's
Kevin
name.
Samuels.
I said the devil's name. Okay, that's
That's what
essentially
happened.
What triggered
Like,
that? I said-
all I was saying was this, and we gonna get back to. We can skip off the woman part and go to the playoffs because this goes
Well,
left. You know what I mean? For no reason.
We was supposed to talk about the draft and the landscape of. I mean, technically, what I really wanted to get to was Cardoso and Angel Reese being on the same squad.
okay. So you want to touch on that briefly before
Yeah.
we move on?
Well, I was saying I was gonna be looking forward to watching that because everything that we said about women's basketball being all true, I'm still this year I'm gonna pay more attention to the game, like how I've done the past couple years with college.
I'm gonna watch this year.
I'm gonna watch it, and what the Chicago Sky did in the draft, getting Cardoso and Reese on the same squad. I seen a meme picture where they had, now this is just them doing their thing for the females, but they had the picture of David Robinson and Tim Duncan together, and they were like, yeah, this is what the Chicago Sky just
See
did.
that's see. That's type of stuff where I'm trying to be cool.
Because they shouldn't be comparing them to them.
The Admiral.
They shouldn't be comparing them to them.
The Admiral.
But I think,
So
I think
y'all
what they
gonna
trying to say.
they gonna disrespect the Admiral like this. Like, look. Tim Duncan. Does Angel Reese remind you anything of Tim Duncan?
I don't think that
Tim
they
Duncan.
Was, I don't think that
We
they was going
talking
by
Tim
playing
Duncan
style.
here.
I don't think that
David
they-
Robinson and Tim Duncan.
I don't think that they was going by playing style.
Well, I never seen that picture. If I would have seen that picture, I would have sent you a long WhatsApp message. Like, this is disrespectful. Like, the Admiral and Tim Duncan, they put them two there. Like, look, Chicago Sky, I think they got the best deal in the draft.
Yeah.
You think they're winning the championship?
I don't know.
I don't know. We gotta see.
But they still got the best deal in the draft.
Because even with them two names, they fallen in the same seat as Caitlin Clark. It don't matter what you did in college. We need to see.
Yeah, I gotta see it will pop off
in the pro league.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta see it pop off here. But
that's all I wanted to say about that.
Road trip.
I wouldn't mind going to a road trip to go see the Chicago Sky.
We gotta do something else.
But I mean, like I said
in the message, man, that can't be just that.
Taste of Chicago.
Well, I've been to Chicago. I love Chicago.
No. The Taste of Chicago Festival.
What's there?
It's like a food festival where you have all the different Chicago food vendors, and they have like a festival where you can just try their food.
We gotta go. Is it hot? It's gonna be hot.
It's in July.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because every time we go to Chicago, it's bad weather.
Yeah, I mean they have another one. Well, according to that thing that I seen, there was like 2 dates, but the first one is in July. So
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that.
Anyway,
We definitely do that.
all right. So now as we slide,
Let's get to the playoffs.
Oh, we've been triggering my poor husband. Oh,
No, man. Like, nah. Because we ain't gonna do that because growing up, whatever. Anyway, like.
So right now, as we are talking right now, the play-in game between the Sacramento Kings and the Pelicans is going on.
It's looking like the Pelicans gonna win this.
It's 90-77.
8 minutes and 12 seconds left in the fourth.
90-77 right now.
And I'm kind of surprised by this in a sense. I gotta look at the stats. We've been kind of talking, so I haven't been able to look at the stats.
I've been like kind of looking a little bit, and right now, Brandon Ingram, even though he was in foul trouble, he been kind of popping off a little bit.
Well, that's why I remember I said Brandon Ingram get it popping.
And Jonas Valanciunas, he's still the problem that he's been. I think it takes Zion not being available or something like that. I don't know.
What is his injury?
So the night of his injury, they were saying that it was like a knee thing.
So he probably can play.
And then the next day they were saying that it was his hamstring.
So he probably can actually come back and play in the playoffs.
Possibly, but by the time he comes back, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be swayed a certain way because whoever wins this game is lined up to play against the Thunder.
I don't think the league cares if OKC go to the finals. That's what I'm saying.
No, don't nobody care about that. I mean, honestly, don't nobody care about the top 3 teams in the West to go back to the finals. I mean, personally, but they gonna kind of have no choice.
Right.
Think about the play-in games.
So first of all, okay, so we can talk about Chicago right now.
Okay.
Somebody in the Bulls organization, they may need to clean house.
Billy Donovan should be fired as soon as he step off the plane because y'all had a better.
Like I said,
there's no reason to lose that game the way they did.
Like I said,
I don't care if they was in Miami. That's ridiculous.
Like I said, he wouldn't even be getting on the plane. He would have to find his own ride.
I don't know what was going on or what was in the water. Miami shouldn't have stood a chance in that game.
They lost to Kevin Love.
They shouldn't have stood a chance.
Jamie Jaquez, Tyler Hero, Duncan. I mean, I don't even think Duncan Robinson played all that cold. Bam Adebayo. I mean, listen. Don't come to me saying anything about DeMar DeRozan.
I've already said DeMar DeRozan doesn't make a difference.
No. I'm not talking about you.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about in general. In general, I know DeMar DeRozan is a good player. He's not a needle mover, and in the big games, he's not going to give you what you need from him in order for you to advance. Kobe White, he's a young player on their team that they believe that they can build a future around. Now that looks like a maybe because he didn't pop off the way you wanted. I mean, given it wasn't like he was just having an off night here. Miami's defense and the way they coached over there is a big reason why Chicago looked the way they look. If Miami was to have any form of offensive talent on that squad, they would be a problem for every team in the league just because of them being one of the best coached teams in the league. And they probably, I don't even think it's really comparable. They probably play the hardest and the grittiest out of any team in the league. This is not unusual territory for them to take a under talented roster and get somewhere with them. So look, man. Unfortunately, Miami gonna be playing against Boston in the first round. It's looking like it's gonna be an early exit for them. But then again, we seen Miami beat Boston in a 7-game series to go to the finals last year. So, I mean, I can't be for sure about nothing, but basically, I can't.
What?
So
I can't be for sure about it.
Let's talk about round 1.
Okay.
Game 1.
Who?
Magic and the Cavs.
I'm an Orlando Magic fan. We ain't ready for that.
Go ahead.
I like Paolo. His game is really cold, but he ain't no killer yet. Franz Wagner, he's pretty solid, but Cleveland at the guard position in specific, I don't know if Orlando can hang with Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell. But at the forward position, I think we can beat them there. We got the size to compete with them, but we just don't got the skills and the shooting to compete with them. So I see we probably win one game, but I don't see it being a competitive series. Not in my opinion, though.
My opinion, I say I give the Magic 2. 4-2 Cleveland.
Okay. Suns and Timberwolves.
Oh, stay in the East.
Oh.
Bucks Pacers.
Okay. Oh, then.
First of all, ask us about Celtics and the Heat.
Okay. Celtics and the Heat.
Sweet.
he just wanted to say that. He just wanted to say that.
Sweet.
I'm gonna say this, man. I can't be sure about nothing, man. Based on what the Celtics showed me in the past, I can't be sure about nothing.
Against that bad team?
Listen, my mind told me.
They don't even got Butler.
My mind told me last year that the Celtics should have been in the finals, and look what happened. That's what my mind told me last year. Look, the Celtics, they showed that they will play with their food.
Yeah, but
they will.
I mean, they bad, dog. The Heat is bad.
Listen,
man.
look.
Like, they not.
Look, who's the better coach, Mazzulla or Spoelstra?
Yeah, but
who plays harder,
point,
Boston or Heat?
Dog.
Who plays more gritty, Boston or the Heat?
So I get all that, but the Heat, man, they should.
No, they shouldn't have been in the position that they've been in for the while.
This shouldn't even be a discussion.
You're right. It shouldn't have been in discussion last year. But look what happened.
But they had Butler in them at least.
And they had Tatum.
We already know what's up with Tatum. We ain't gonna get into that. So
so now the only thing that so look, Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis is the two big new additions over there.
Right, man. The Heat ain't. Come on, dog. Even if Tatum don't show up, even if he don't show up, that's still a sweep.
I don't know if that's a sweep, bro.
Really?
I don't. I really don't.
From what we just seen?
From what we just seen, the Heat just beat a team that was more offensively talented than they was. But they
ain't
just
the Celtics though.
No, but they pretty much so if you go based on what's in the chest, like how we all how you say what's in the chest, if you just go based alone on what's in the chest, there ain't much different between Chicago and Boston.
So what you saying, Miami can get at least one game by like 5 points?
They might be able to get one game. I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, my mind tells me that Boston should make easy work of this, but when I actually start to think more about it, Miami wins games that they're not supposed to win.
They shouldn't win that one. They shouldn't win on one of these games, man.
They shouldn't have won today.
These games should be. We
They
talk about
shouldn't have won
Boston and
today.
then Chicago.
They shouldn't have won
Chicago
today.
was a number what? 9th seed and Boston number 1. Two completely different worlds here. Boston, there should be no type of 20 points every time, minimum.
Beat them by 20 points?
Every time, minimum.
I don't know if I'm agreeing with that either. I will say that I think Boston wins the series because I have Boston coming out. But Boston has shown me enough that they will play with their food and let teams win games that they should not be winning.
So what's your prediction?
Okay.
What's your prediction?
Oh, sorry.
I don't know, man.
Come on, you gotta get one. Yeah, you gotta say something.
You gotta have a prediction.
I'm gonna say Boston in 6.
Ooh, man.
And what did you say?
Sweep.
Sleep. Oh yeah, you said it like from the beginning.
Boston in 6. I mean, because Eric Spoelstra, he can outcoach Missoula in his sleep. He gonna look Kevin Love and Bam Adebayo. I mean, look, and then look. Here's the other thing. Here's the other thing about Boston. Boston has got a lot of faith in an injury-prone player right now.
Who?
Kristaps Porzingis.
They don't even need him for the series.
They could have used him last year.
They don't need him in this series here.
They sure enough could have used him last year.
So your prediction is what? 4-2?
Yeah, 4-2.
Boston?
Yeah, Boston.
Okay, let's move on to Pacers and Bucks.
Pacers and Bucks. I think that's gonna be over in 5 games. Pacers.
You said what?
I think that's gonna be over in 5 games.
Why?
First of all, Giannis is hurt. If he comes back, man, look, maybe that changes things a little bit. But Pacers play a better brand of basketball right now. The Bucks, even though they the number 2 seed, they the worst number 2 looking seed team that we've seen in how long?
So if we going on best players,
the best player on the floor
you got
gonna be Halbert.
You got
the best player on the floor is gonna be Halbert. All they got is Giannis and Dame, and Giannis is hurt right now. Dame don't play defense. Nor does he run the point like a true point where he gets everybody involved. Dame just try to pop off and he'll make a 50 or he'll attempt a logo 3.
So at this point, we're looking at Dame versus Tyrese.
And how do you think that's gonna go?
So
How do you think that's gonna go?
okay, so let's say this. Neither one can stop one another. Cool.
Hold on. What?
Who Tyrese cold on the defense?
He can stop Dame. He can.
Have he demonstrated
Hold on.
that? Have he demonstrated that?
He can stop Dame from doing what he wants to do.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Is there examples of this?
Have you seen them play in the regular season?
Who, the Pacers?
They matchups. Listen, look. The way you beat Dame, you make him go inside the 3-point line. Because that's what he wants to do. He wants to shoot threes.
Bro, the Pacers don't have a good roster. Neither do the Bucks. But the Bucks have
Who plays better basketball?
What happened to this experience talk? Didn't Dame at least go to West Conference Finals at one point?
Yes, he
Okay.
did.
Tyrese don't have experience here,
Listen,
right?
You look.
You mentioned experience, so if we
Hot hand in the dice game in this one.
Look, man, I'm going with the Bucks, dog. I'm not about to. Look, man, Tyrese got to show me something. I'm sorry, I'm not about to roll with.
And what?
Huh?
And what?
I'm gonna say, I'll go 7. Because they both hobbling in there. I'll go 7. Mm-hmm. Do I care who wins? No, but I'll go 7.
Neither one of these teams is coming out to eat.
I don't care who wins.
What's yours?
But I'm going with the Bucks.
With the Pacers.
And what?
Pacers, I'm going to say 6. Pacers in 6. I'm going to say they steal one of these first 2 games in Milwaukee, and then they win all their home
Besides
games.
Halliburton, who is cold on that roster?
That's the point. You don't need to have nobody cold on your roster to beat them.
Shouldn't the Bucks say the same thing about the Pacers?
Especially ever since they done got the Doc Rivers coaching change over there, right? We want to dog Doc, right? It's all Doc's
that's your
fault.
man's.
It's all
That's
Doc's
your
fault.
man's.
It's,
You like Doc like that.
listen, I feel like Doc gets disrespected.
You like his lawyer.
I feel like Doc gets disrespected for having.
1 minute you say he ain't all that good, then you say he get disrespected.
No, he do get disrespected.
But you be saying he ain't cold like that either.
Because that's what you say.
You say that.
No, you say that.
Dog, you be saying Doc Rivers ain't even...
Listen, the first thing
Do you
that
like
I
Doc or
always
not?
point to.
Do you like Doc or not?
Doc ain't my favorite coach, but
Alright,
I
then.
think he is a good coach.
You be defending him one day, and the next day you be like, man, nah.
No. I defend him for having bad rosters.
It
and people
depends
being
what
like
day
him,
it is,
slandering
just like
what he
Doc
is.
Rivers.
No, man, look. Every single time that I expressed support for Doc Rivers in any form, I looked at the roster and I said, this roster wasn't even all that good. But when he had a good roster, he won a championship.
It depends on the roster.
It always depends on the roster.
If they've gotten better under Doc Rivers.
It always depended on the roster.
Okay. And where
It
they're
always
at.
depended on the roster. When Doc Rivers had a roster that was capable of winning, he won a championship with them.
He had the Clips.
How many games Kawhi Leonard missed?
I'm talking about Blake and them.
How good is Blake?
You guys think Sacramento's still in this game?
No, it's over.
This game is over.
The Pelicans winning this game, so you might as well say the Pelicans,
the Pelicans
facing the
is going to
Thunder.
be playing the Thunder.
Yeah,
So,
but
let's just, before we hit that, did we talk about the 7?
hold on, let me get my prediction.
Oh.
7 with the Bucks. What you got? You said 6?
6.
7 and 6.
Pacers
Okay.
is 6.
So Knicks and Sixers now.
Knicks and Sixers.
I really don't care.
He likes Jalen Brunson. He said he better than Steph Curry.
This year.
So-
Alone this year.
He said Jalen
I'm not
Brunson,
saying body of work.
this
I'm
cat
saying
said-
this year.
He said Jalen Brunson is better than Steph Curry. I don't care what year you said it.
Ways?
And I don't. There ain't no year Jalen Brunson is better
This
than
year,
Steph Curry.
listen,
Are
look,
you kidding me?
If you want to pull up percentages and go by that, that's fine. If you want to go by eye test, if you want to go by eye test, I don't know how you can look at the same 2 players this season and come up with the same conclusion.
So you will sign Jalen Brunson over Steph Curry this year, or would you take Steph?
That's a whole different, complete situation.
You just said he better than him this year.
Based on what happened this year in their systems, fam, Jalen Brunson is better than Steph Curry this year alone. I'm not saying that he's a better player career-wise.
I put nothing in his coffee. I gave him regular coffee.
Yeah. Listen,
I put nothing extra in it.
Jalen Brunson this year, he's carrying more weight for the team. Okay? Jalen Brunson, he's shooting a better percentage than Steph Curry this year. He's carrying a heavier load than Steph Curry this year. He's working with a worse team than Steph Curry this year. He's working with worse coaching than Steph Curry this year. And they're winning. They weren't played like, you do know that if they was even in the West, if the Knicks happen to be placed in the West, they would be a sure spot in the playoffs. They would be the 6th seed in the West. They wouldn't be in the play-in. I'm not downing Steph Curry. Everybody knows Steph Curry is that dude with the shot.
Said Jalen Brunson better than Steph Curry this year. This year alone. All right.
Will he consistently be better than Steph Curry? I ain't gonna say all of that because he gotta show that. He gotta show that. We gotta see that again next year.
Oh man. Woo. Hey. I'm not this. He's standing 10 toes on it.
Yeah.
The Knicks number 2, Sixers number 7. I don't think the Sixers is the real 7th seed. I think Joel Embiid got hurt, so
Joel Embiid is back.
that's
The world changing.
That kind of sucks for the Knicks because I don't think there's anybody that can stop Joel Embiid if he do what he's supposed to do. That's only if.
The Knicks just got bodies that they can throw at Joel.
That's only if he do these. This is a tough series to call.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks do come out winning this.
They can win.
Because you got
this is a hard series to call. Because Sixers shouldn't even be here. They should be like.
Well, I mean, even if they, okay, so even if they flip positions, right? Say the Sixers was the 3rd seed, and the Knicks was the 7th, the 6th, whatever that seed is, the 7th seed. I don't think it would be a different scenario about how to call it, because we all know what kind of player Joel Embiid is.
I want to say Philly. I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna give my prediction. I'll say Philly.
How long has Joel Embiid been out?
He ain't been out that long.
He missed a ton of games.
He
only played 39 games.
He missed enough for them to drop like that.
He only played 39 games this season.
Would it be an adjustment for him to come back?
He's not 100% either. He's not 100% back from his injury. He's playing hurt right now.
I'm gonna say this. If Embiid's not healthy, I'm gonna go with the Knicks.
Even if Embiid was healthy, his style of play makes me not even be sure about picking the Knicks.
I'm gonna go with the Knicks out of respect of their position. So I'm gonna just say the Knicks in 6.
Okay.
I got the same thing.
Knicks in 6.
I got the same thing because Miami. So the play-in game that the Heat lost to the Sixers. Joel Embiid, if you watch the game, he was able to pop off because Miami didn't have nobody with size that could even compete with him while he's hurt. It's a different story with the Knicks. The Knicks got Mitchell Robinson, they got Harvenstein.
Yeah.
They got bodies that they can throw at them and bodies that play rugged. Like if you watch the Knicks, they play a physical, rugged type of style. So they gonna make it hard for Joel Embiid to dominate. So then you're gonna be coming down to the matchup of Jalen Brunson and Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, it's Knicks in 6. I mean, I just think that I think Knicks got that in 6, man. I didn't know if Joel Embiid wasn't healthy still, so Knicks in 6.
Even if he was healthy, I would kind of feel the same way because Joel Embiid, when healthy, in the playoffs, we always been like, why this dude don't just dominate down low? He want to play in the perimeter.
Exactly.
So much. So even if he was healthy, I don't think that would make difference for me.
All right, so we can head to the West. We might.
You guys want to talk about?
Yep, it's gonna be the Pelicans, Thunder and the Pelicans. Yep.
Does that mean the game's almost over?
Yeah, Pelicans got this. So
it's less than a minute left, and they down by 12.
Yeah, Pelicans got this. So we gonna go ahead and
we can just finish.
If the Kings come back, we'll do an emergency episode.
Well,
how about that? You know what I mean?
The game's back.
Oh, nope, 36 seconds. Ain't no way this happening unless there's T-Mac anywhere. I don't see T-Mac anywhere. I don't see T-Mac.
We got a time machine.
I don't see T-Mac. So
you don't think T-Mac is a Hall of Famer, by the way?
Yeah, I mean 13 points in 13 seconds don't make you, or 30 seconds, whatever it was, they don't make you a Hall of Famer. That don't make T-Mac is my man's. I have a T-Mac jersey right in the closet over here. He still ain't no Hall of Famer though. NBA, like salute to Rob Parker and them. The NBA needs to make their own Hall of Fame.
You're right.
Because the Basketball Hall of Fame is Fugazi. So
because it's the Basketball Hall of Fame, not NBA Hall of Fame, is he a Hall of Famer?
No.
Not for the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Look, man, I don't listen. T-Mac, listen. Can I say something? T-Mac, you one of the coldest tools, but you didn't win, brother. And you know he didn't win. You know that. The time he appeared, when he was in the finals, he wasn't even a part of the rotation with the Spurs.
Yeah, because that was. At what point you need to add more context to this stuff? You just
this
be
is
saying
all facts.
stuff.
No,
yeah, but there's
you can
more
look up
context.
the history here.
But there's more context to the situation than just that. Where was T-Mac at that point in his career?
What do you mean?
How many years deep was he into his career when he was playing for the Spurs? How many injuries did he deal with when he was playing for the Spurs?
Let me ask you a question.
Hold up.
with these injuries because sometimes injuries. Oh, let me ask Jeff Van Gundy, right? Jeff. He had an issue with T-Mac because he felt like he didn't train hard enough.
That could be right.
So
that could be right. But you know what else is right?
What?
Him and Yao Ming never had a healthy season together.
That just goes to what I said. Like, did T-Mac work on his body enough to prevent injuries?
I don't know. Is that factual information that you know?
Question.
Is that a fact?
I'm asking you
I
the
can't
question.
answer that question because I don't know.
I can only go by the cat who's coaching them.
But is that a fact? Is that a fact? Do you have evidence
Allegedly.
to prove this?
Allegedly.
Because T-Mac himself said that he could have took PEDs to stay in the game, but he didn't want to take no PEDs.
You should have took PEDs then, fam. You be in the Hall of Fame.
So now you're going to promote performance-enhancing drugs.
We are not.
Hey, have you heard of Balco?
Drugs on this.
We heard of Balco, right? Who running around in so allegedly there's a cat running around in purple and gold.
So how did Michael Jordan come back without no hair again? He was skinny as a mug.
Listen,
then when he came back, he pumped up.
Listen. The MLB, like 80% of them dudes is on PEDs. Professional sports, I'm not knocking nobody who on that because it's what it is. You want to be able to compete with whoever you competing against. And it's an unfair advantage.
But
if you know what I'm saying,
but doesn't that put you at an unfair advantage over the other players if they're not doing it?
We're not going to listen. I don't listen.
If it's illegal,
let me tell you something.
If it's illegal,
the world have a lot of jacked up. Social media exposed the world of a lot of immoral people. So a lot of people cheat. Okay, a lot of people cheat more than you want to believe.
So T-Mac should have cheated.
Hey man, everybody. Hey, T-Mac, guess what, dog? You have a championship. Probably the Rockets.
I have nothing against anybody that's going to go out being all right.
He did not cheat, yet he made it to the Hall of Fame.
T-Mac is my man. T-Mac is my guy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so
now hold on. Let me just say one more thing.
He didn't even have.
Can I just say one more thing, please?
Still made it to the Hall of Fame.
Let me just say this: the Rockets was my squad, especially when they had Steve Francis. I thought they was going all the way when it was Steve Francis, T-Mac, Shane Battier, Yao Ming.
They wasn't on the same team.
Yeah, he was.
No, Steve Francis wasn't on that squad.
No, he was on that squad at first.
No.
Steve
That
Francis
was the trade. That was the trade. It was Tracy McGrady traded to go to Houston, and Orlando got Steve Francis, Coutinho Mobley, and Calvin Cato in return.
I remember that. But they must ain't update the roster yet. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever. Mm-hmm. But the Rockets should have won that title when they got Artest.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so look, let me give you Tracy McGrady accolades, okay? Tracy is a 7-time NBA All-Star, 2-time NBA First Team, 3-time NBA Second Team, 2-time NBA Third Team, 2-time NBA Scoring Champion, Most Improved NBA Player 2001, and let me see here. He has 18,381 points, so he has a career average of 19.6, 4,161 assists, 5,276 rebounds. I mean,
breaking news: Pelicans just won, so it's official now. Listen, T-Mac. It's the Basketball Hall of Fame, but the Basketball Hall of Fame do what they want to do. But if this was NBA,
if the NBA had their own Hall of Fame, a whole lot of guys wouldn't be Hall of Fame.
Because you said yourself, the best of the best,
the best,
cream de la creme, should be in the Hall of Fame.
But to answer the question about should he be a Hall of Famer based on this Hall of Fame standards, yes.
I'm not going to argue.
There was at one point in time, Tracy McGrady was the best player in the league.
That was debated.
We can debate that all day long. You can pick Kobe if you want, but I'll tell you right now, T-Mac was getting
Kobe. Let me ask you a question.
Work.
What do you probably, so out of the three guys, because it was always three, it was between Kobe, T-Mac, and Allen Iverson around that time. Mm-hmm. You have Allen Iverson as your pitcher on.
He's my favorite. Yeah, I haven't changed.
So,
it. I had it there for the.
Was
moment.
Allen Iverson better than T-Mac at that time?
There was one year that Tracy McGrady was the best player in the NBA. Like, that does not change.
What was their standings?
He played for Orlando by himself.
I just want to ask.
Once again, we need to add context.
What was their
We need
standing?
to add context. We need. Okay.
Ask you a question. Hey, Louisa.
Take Tracy out. Put Kobe there.
Was T-Mac better than Kobe? I just want to know. Was he?
Was there ever a time where T-Mac was better than Kobe?
In what year?
I believe 1 year he.
Which year? I'm not arguing. T-Mac is.
I'm not sure, but I
Just say Orlando.
Yeah, and I think it was when. I don't think it was ever in Houston, but I think it was.
No, it was never when he was in Houston.
T-Mac wasn't cold in
I feel
Houston.
like-
No, he was
I
cold
feel
in
like
Houston,
there
but he
was-
wasn't the obvious best player in
I
the
feel
NBA.
like, especially during the height of his Orlando career,
Which he
at
had
one
no
point,
help.
He
No
was
help.
better than.
So-
when you think about the fact, like Josh mentioned, imagine if he had the amount of help that Kobe had for the Lakers.
Amen.
How?
Amen.
On the Magic,
Amen.
how he would be looking, it would be like
Amen.
a totally different
Let me ask you.
player.
Can I ask this question?
Amen.
Can I ask this question?
And being coached by
I just
Phil
want
Jackson.
to ask a question, please.
Phil
Please.
Jackson
Pass
in
this.
comparison to Doc Rivers.
Ask this question.
Ask it.
How cold is Derek Fisher?
Derek Fisher is a solid role-playing point
I wanna
guard.
know, how cold is Derek Fisher?
What you mean, like on a scale of 1 to 10?
How cold is Derek Fisher?
I just told you he's a solid role-playing point guard.
How cold is
role
Rick
player.
Fox?
He's a role player.
How cold is Robert Ory?
Oh, big time clutch shot. If he don't make some of the shots that he make, they don't get past San Antonio. Right or wrong? Right or wrong? If he don't make some of the big shots that he makes, Hakeem Olajuwon, how many rings does he have? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we can go down the list here.
You acting like Kobe had 4 All-Stars on his team.
No, but he did have the
Yeah,
most
it's Diesel.
dominant big man to ever play the game.
Shaq. Yeah,
He had
Shaq.
the most. That's a whole different world. Okay, first of all, look, all the Kobe love, right? All the Kobe love, right?
If you remove one of those guys from one another.
all the Kobe love.
If you remove one of those guys from one another, do they win a championship? If you remove Kobe from Shaq and Shaq from Kobe, do they win a title?
No, they need.
Okay. Same thing with Scotty and Jordan, right?
They needed each other.
Okay, then. So it's a team game.
But the fact that he had somebody,
you know what I'm saying?
the fact that he had somebody,
And that's the point. The fact that
That's the
Kobe
point.
had Shaq. Shaq had, like, who did T-Mac have on that Magic?
in Orlando, he had nobody.
Now with T-Mac. All right, whatever. Listen,
You want to go through it?
listen, dog. Like,
We done already
Now
drifted.
imagine-
We done already drifted.
Now imagine if
Imagine if
T-Mac
Doc
had-
Rivers would have allowed Tim Duncan to come to the squad.
who's to say Tim Duncan would have been like that in another system? So we don't know. It's a big what if. It's a big what if, ain't it? It's a big what if,
We
isn't it?
know Tim Duncan was going to do dirt regardless.
It's a real big what if. Now I say if they would have had Grant Hill, Tim Duncan, I think if Doc Rivers didn't choke job it away, they would have won a title.
Here we go. He had talent that he won a championship.
He had talent with the Clippers too. Whether you like Blake or not, they had Chris Paul.
Okay, so you run down Blake Griffin's skill set. What does Blake Griffin bring to the table?
Listen,
Can you dump it down to Blake Griffin and be like, yo, we need deuce. We need 2 points.
I don't think anybody was like, oh, we need Blake Griffin in order to win this.
Nobody. Ever.
but
We need
Hold
Blake
on.
Griffin to
I
sell
don't understand
tickets.
Why?
We
but
need Blake Griffin
he
to
got
sell
about
tickets.
as many All-Star appearances as Vince Carter, and about almost the same accolades. So if Vince Carter is in the Hall of Fame, I guess Blake Griffin should be rolling right in there, right along with him, huh?
What accolades does Blake Griffin have?
The same as Vince.
Like what?
Probably just all-star
All-Star
appearances.
appearances.
He ain't got no scoring titles.
What is it?
He ain't got no scoring titles.
What all NBA?
I don't even think he was
You know what I'm saying?
heavy like that.
But anyway,
I
look.
mean, you saying he did, but you only named. Like
But Blake Griffin
Listen.
didn't impact the game like Vince did.
Listen, I mean, you don't. Listen, I don't even want to be defending Blake like that, but you're not called Lob City by lack of impact.
He wasn't the first person to catch an alley-oop. He wasn't the first person to catch an alley-oop.
They was named Lob City.
Yes.
Due to DeAndre Jordan and Blake Griffin. That's called
and Chris
impact.
Paul throwing it up.
That's called impact. Whether you like it or not, it's called impact. Do I like the Clippers? No. But that's called impact.
Okay,
I mean, if Vince Carter can be known for dunks, you know what I'm saying? That's impact, right?
So what is Blake Griffin known for?
Dunks, same thing.
Look, like
I said.
The
same thing.
I didn't know that.
Like I said.
He not known for dunks?
I did not know
Don't
that.
play games, man. Don't play games. You know that already. What else do we do?
He jumped over a hood of a car.
He dunks.
He jumped over the hood
I
of a
didn't
car.
know that he was known for dunks.
Are you kidding me? What is lobs then?
Blake,
Come on now.
Oh, you up? You woke up?
Come on now. Like, anyway, let's get to these playoffs. Look, T-Mac, I got a jersey of you. You my mans. You want to cover ESPN NBA Tonight 2002? You want to cover a shootout 2004? Live 07? Look, T-Mac is cold, but if we want to be fair here, if
was
this is
Blake Griffin known for dunks the way Vince Carter was?
Who is?
Exactly.
Let's
move on.
No. Hold on. There's no mic drop in here because first of all,
slide to the next one.
No, hold on. We gonna run that back because you're not about to sit there and try to checkmate Joker card me. This the thing.
You've been trying to checkmate me and Josh over this Blake.
No, I'm not even a big fan of Blake. Okay, but
Because
you
don't do nothing.
you don't be named Lob City with lack of impact.
Listen, look.
They underachieved. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
they literally underachieved.
What skills does Blake Griffin have? You still have yet to give me anything.
Pick and roll, catch the lob.
Man, look.
So
But Vince Carter got bad skills, but
Okay.
all right then. They both should be in the Hall of Fame. Enough said.
Thunder and the Pelicans.
The Thunder's supposed to win that.
Let me see here. I'll say.
The Thunder should win that.
Well, I don't know. It depends on if Willie Green is smart, because apparently he just outcoached Mike Brown. But if Willie Green is smart and he takes advantage of his biggest mismatch, which is going to be down in the paint
Chet?
again.
Chet and Valanciunas.
If they dare to put him on him, whoever they got, nobody that they got can guard Jonas Valanciunas. And nobody that they got can guard Brandon Ingram. So you got two unstoppable forces here, potentially.
So
And they got one. They got Shea.
let me look at that roster. I know Shea.
Oklahoma got a better roster. They just younger.
No,
They got Giddey over there. They got Jalen Williams over there. Chet is going to still contribute something over there.
So we got Chet Holmgren.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Giddey.
Like him.
Josh Giddey.
Mm-hmm.
Your thoughts on him?
Giddey is good.
Okay.
Giddey is good. He's kind of having I think this year was a little bit of a down year for him because of that situation that he was dealing with.
Right.
But if you take away that distraction and he's just able to play free, we seen what Josh Giddey can do.
Jalen Williams.
Cole, he coming up. You already know about Shea.
Yep. Jalen Williams.
That's the other.
Why is it two dudes named Jalen Williams?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Threw me off. All right.
That's what.
Gordon Hayward, what he doing?
Gordon, I think he's just over there just to be a vet, occasional knockdown shooter. I mean, he does get playing time, so he'll be a shooter.
Luguentz Dort.
Dort, yeah, he's supposed to be like a little scrappy defender that can make shots. Luke Dort.
I'm just going down the list here. Isaiah Joe.
Isaiah Joe, he's he's a Pacers level role player.
Okay, so I ain't saying much. Keontae Johnson.
I don't know how much playing time.
Oh, we go slide past it. Hold on, why is he a forward at 6'4"? All right, cool. Mike Muscula.
Same.
Casey Wallace.
Same. I think them.
Yeah, these cats. Okay, so yeah, I mean, the Thunder should win this series. I would say, if I'm going off the top of the dome pick.
If Zion gets healthy, the Pelicans can win that.
Okay.
The Pelicans.
How severe do you think is it?
With Zion with that phantom injury, I just don't trust him. So I got to go with OKC in 6.
How severe do you think his injury is?
I don't know. They keep saying different stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know.
The night it happened, it was his knee. And then the next day, it was a hamstring.
Yeah, I have no idea,
I
honestly.
I don't know what the deal is. Look, Zion, I can't trust Zion Williamson just based off of health.
Yeah, so
But if he's healthy enough to play, let's say that he just plays 3 games out of the series. That's 3 games that New Orleans should win.
Think so?
That's 3 games that they are so lopsided.
So
when
the
it goes
Thunder,
down
so
to
the
paint.
Thunder being number 1 is for no reason.
No, I'm not saying that it's for no reason. What I'm saying is matchups, styles make fights, and matchups present different problems. And the one thing that exists here, okay, so pretty much what I'm saying is New Orleans in a 7-game series has a better chance of coming up with an answer for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander than what Oklahoma City does at having a chance of coming up with an answer for Jonas Valanciunas, Zion Williamson, or Brandon Ingram.
All right. I mean, you know, I got the Thunder in 6.
The Thunder still should win just based off of how good they've been playing team ball.
Okay.
Just based off how good they've been playing team ball, and because of the questions that we got surrounding the Pelicans.
Yeah.
That's why I'm gonna go with the Thunder.
So you're going with Thunder and what?
I'm going with the Thunder. I'm gonna say. I don't think it's gonna be easy work. I'm gonna say that because the Thunder don't have no playoff experience either. The Pelicans been there, but they just don't got no success to go with it. I'm gonna say
that count as experience.
Some experience is better than no experience, but I'm gonna say that this could be a 7-game series going to Oklahoma City Thunder way.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Is that covers everybody in the East?
No, we on the West.
We in the West.
We on the West.
Why? Tell you up. All right.
We did head on to the West, didn't we?
Yeah.
She back.
All right. So, Suns and the Timberwolves.
Hold on, wait. Well, we gotta go Clippers and Mavs. We down the list. No, I'm telling you to go down the list.
Just do it the way she did.
No.
I'm just going down the list.
What's next on the list?
Just do it the way she do it.
What's next on the list?
Whatever you said.
Clippers and the Mavs. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah.
Clippers and the Mavs. Go ahead.
She ain't gonna get back on the show, bro. You gotta let it flow.
That's fine. Clippers and the Mavs.
The Mavs.
I got Dallas.
Mavs in 6.
Dallas.
I get Eclipse 2 games.
I don't know how many games the Clippers are gonna win. I feel like we've seen this movie before a couple of times without help. Luka by himself took out Kawhi and Paul George a couple of times. And now you add Kyrie to that picture. They added Russ and James Harden. I don't trust James Harden, and I don't trust Russ. Not that Russ ain't gonna play well, but we just know that Russ, sometimes he don't make the best decisions in the crunch time moments. Right? Anyway, but yeah, so Yeah, and when your own head coach come out and say that y'all soft.
Oh yeah, I knew we did that. I remember that.
When your own head coach come out and
remember
call
when you
y'all
said
soft.
I remember that.
He
That was
called
crazy.
y'all soft. Man, look. Mavericks, man. Luka gonna do what he wanna do. Kyrie gonna do what he wanna do. If the Mavericks lose this series, Clippers better go to the finals. I'm gonna just say that.
That's not an easy road.
No, but if you can beat them two, you can beat everybody else. If you can beat them two, you can beat everybody else.
The West kind of tough, though.
If you can beat them two, you can beat everybody else. That's a more offensive headache than the T-Wolves.
You put faith
That's a
in the
more
Clippers like
offensive
that.
headache. That's a more offensive headache than the Thunder.
But you put faith in the Clippers like that?
If you can beat them, you
We
should be able
talking
to.
about the Clippers. We talking about underachieving James Harden.
You're right.
We talking about choking
That's part
in
of
the
the
playoffs. Paul George.
That's part of the reason why.
The only
I'm
one
saying
that's official like that is Kawhi if he's healthy.
That's part.
That's
of the,
it.
That's part of it. But listen,
They
look,
lose to the unexpected, man.
Like I said,
you know what I'm saying?
Like I said, if you can beat them with all of those same question marks, if you can beat them, you are capable of beating everybody else that you're gonna.
The
face.
Clippers been capable of going to the finals for a while and they haven't went.
Exactly.
So I mean,
That's
capable.
why I'm saying if you can beat them. I got Dallas winning that series.
Dallas,
If
I
they-
got them in 6.
If if they happen to beat Dallas, they can beat the Suns.
Dog, it's a crapshoot every time in every round with the Clippers.
Exactly.
So I can't confidently say they'll win any series.
No, but I said if they can beat them, they can beat everybody else.
So y'all just ain't giving the Clippers.
Nope.
They
Absolutely not.
They haven't earned it. They haven't earned it. Now I know this year you added James Harden and Russell Westbrook. Given I feel like Russell Westbrook is going to play better than. I think Russell Westbrook is possibly going to play better than all four of them. He's probably going to have the best series. Just because you know what you're going to get with Russell Westbrook when he steps on the floor.
Yeah, is that going to translate to wins?
He also going to have some moments.
Okay, so with Russell Westbrook playing great, does that translate to wins?
Only if everybody else shows up. Only if everybody else shows up.
How
If he shows,
consistent is Russell?
Russell Westbrook always kind of been consistent, but it never translates to wins.
yeah,
How
Russell,
consistent is the Clippers team as a whole?
they not.
And they're not consistent.
They not.
So-
if they was consistent, they would be the number 1 seed.
They would have a title if they was consistent. Let's be serious. So let's call this what it is. Russell Westbrook, when he was by himself, or when he had his own team without Durant and he had historic numbers, they didn't win.
But they did
So,
go to the playoffs.
They didn't win.
He led them to the playoffs.
When we equate winning, we talking about going to either the Western Conference Finals or the title or the
Once again-
championship.
Once again,
They didn't win.
A lot of this has to do with who your supporting cast is. Because every single time we see a team that almost wins and we look at their roster and we say things like they need just one more piece.
What about the teams that have it and lose?
Exactly.
Like
Or
the
teams
like the
that
Celtics.
had it and lost.
Like the Celtics.
And who else?
The Celtics, the Clippers,
Clips. They
Clippers
was
had-
supposed to go to the finals.
Phoenix.
Suns,
Phoenix had it and lost.
Lakers to the Pistons.
Oh boy, you going way back now. Okay.
Yep.
I
I can tell you. There's a big list of cats.
right. The teams that
I
had
mean,
rosters and lost.
be serious. Know what I mean? Like
I mean,
the Heat.
the Heat twice.
The Heat with the Mavs.
Not just with the Mavs, but the Spurs.
Spurs. Yeah. I mean, it's a big list of
but
teams.
The Spurs lost too.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
The Lakers.
That's,
Even
you can have a whole show on that.
You can have a whole. I mean, but like the difference between some of those teams that we bringing up from eras in the past and these consistent teams is that even some of those teams that had everything and lost, they still won one.
Right.
Like the Celtics with Doc Rivers and Rondo and all of them. They won one.
They was kind of evenly matched though. I mean, you know.
Right, but they played against each other twice.
Yeah, so I mean that was 1-1. You know what I mean?
You won one, you lost one, but the whole point is you got a job done one time.
Right, exactly.
Right? Then Dirk in all those years, he finally got one out the bag.
Yep.
The Heat with Bron and them, they lost 2, but they won 2.
Oh, they lost 2. Both lost 1.
The Heat, they lost 2 of them. They lost the first one to Dallas, and then they lost the fourth one to the Spurs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that was the year. That was when LeBron had that run of going to the finals like 9 straight years or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, and that so the first one was the Dirk year, and the second one was it was still Duncan, Manu, and Tony Parker, and then that was when Kawhi was starting to make his name.
Mm-hmm.
Might I add that Kawhi got the MVP while LeBron, I think, averaged some stupid numbers, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Even the Warriors, in this recent dynasty run that they got, they won some and they lost some.
Mm-hmm.
But this new era, the Celtics, they haven't won one yet. The Clips, with that team, they haven't won one yet. The Phoenix Suns, with this team, they haven't won one yet. You know, these are all teams that we think should have won something, but they haven't won anything.
What do you think that's attributed to?
So, with the Celtics, the infamous phrase, they need a heart transplant. Well, not everybody on the team. Mainly one player on the team.
The same thing you saying about them, like, oh, well, yeah, you just said. I'm about to say, like, the Clippers the same.
Right. Yeah. The Clippers, the Clippers, they... Look, man, if your own head coach call you soft.
Look, man, the Wolves, I got them winning. Just because, I'm going to say in 6, because...
They playing Phoenix.
I mean, I'm tripping. I don't know. I'm looking at the Wolves and their logo look almost the same from here. But I got the Mavs winning. Kyrie, he's a proven champion.
And he ain't afraid of them.
I think people are ignoring that he's actual champion. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't afraid of the moment.
Exactly. Luka not either. So that right there is a cold piece. Right. And then that trade, once again,
to get some of those solid role
made
players.
them different. If they would have had that roster at the beginning of the season, they probably have been
a higher seed,
1 through 3. But since they got that in the middle, they 5. So I just think that, and I think that Jason Kidd is a better coach than giving credit.
Is he a better coach than Tyronn Lue?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because me and you both
I don't know.
Me and you both made the statement that we were surprised that Jason Kidd was letting certain things fly.
I'm definitely surprised, but in this political realm of the NBA, maybe Mark Cuban is like, hey, let Luka rock. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't know how serious this statement was, but I'm assuming that this was a jokingly statement that he said, but he said that if it came down to my wife or keeping Luka with the Mavericks, he said he gonna keep Luka with the Mavericks.
Pause. Pause.
Yeah, he had said that. I gotta find that quote.
That's crazy. That's what I'm saying. I didn't even know he said that, but that's what I'm like.
But yeah, so I mean, like, look, the thing here is Tyronn Lue got more pieces to play with.
Yeah, but
and he should. Looking at it on paper, you look at this on paper and you say to yourself, Clips should win this.
If you look, are you sure?
When you look at it on paper,
when we look at the see, if the casual look at it on paper,
Well,
the person who plays 2K look at it on paper, probably so. If you know basketball, you will know that Paul George
don't show up in the playoffs.
James Harden,
he shrinks in the playoffs.
The only person who like that is Kawhi, and we gotta hope and pray he stay healthy. So,
and the most consistent player that every single time he steps out on the floor, he's gonna give you that 110% that you ain't got to worry about it. He's the guy that's the least talented.
Russell Westbrook?
Yeah.
But does that translate to W's?
Well,
all right then. So therefore, Dallas in 6.
Hold up now. Hold up now.
Oh, okay.
Because he said that about Russell Westbrook, right? Saying that, does that translate to W?
Yep.
We can say the same thing about Luka.
I never said Luka plays winning basketball. He just don't shrink in the fourth quarter. So this is the thing, right?
Right.
The difference between a guy like Russell Westbrook and Luka Doncic is that Luka actually makes baskets and Luka actually seals wins. Russell Westbrook don't seal wins.
Yeah. Like I said, Russell Westbrook has brain farts, I think.
So,
or he puts on this Superman cape and he tries to win the game for
if it's 5 seconds left, who you giving it to, Luka or Russell Westbrook?
Come on, man. Why do you ask that question?
If it's 5 seconds left in the game, who you giving it to, Luka or Russell Westbrook?
Everybody knows the answer.
All right then. That's the answer to your question. All right then. Mavericks in 6.
I was just saying that just because you said that even Russell Westbrook with his best years, it didn't translate to win. We can say the same thing about Luka. We can say the same thing about Luka.
I understand what you're saying. Mavericks in 6 though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look. I said that I picked the Mavs to win this series too.
How many?
Who got home court advantage?
What that mean?
The bottom team only is one that. No. Okay,
no.
The higher seed has home court advantage.
Right?
So Clippers got the home court advantage.
That don't mean nothing. Luka and Kyrie show out on the way.
No, I hear what you're saying, but that plays a factor in this. I'm gonna say Dallas in 7.
7?
I'm gonna say I'm being safe here. I feel like it should happen.
We shouldn't be safe on the F&S Podcast. You going against everything we believe in here.
Yeah, but what I'm telling you is we still don't know for sure. Like I asked you the question, who's a better coach, Tyronn Lue or Jason Kidd? We didn't have an answer.
Well, if we don't tell me. If you gonna say something, get on the mic.
He never answers questions. Did you answer the question?
I said I don't know. That was the answer.
Okay.
We don't know.
But if you want to be frank, if you want to be technical, you would have to say Tyronn Lue because he won a chip
with LeBron and Kyrie and Kevin Love.
When you look in that ring box, it's still gonna be a championship there, no matter who was on the roster, right?
Yeah, but we need to dissect the details, okay? Look, the phrase is true, numbers don't lie. But numbers don't tell the whole truth either. You need to ask yourself how these numbers came about. What was the circumstances that contributed to these numbers getting put in their places? Bron has been the ultimate coach carrier.
I'm not disagreeing with a word you're saying, but him being the coach carrier, they say Tyronn Lue is one of the top coaches in the game.
And where has he proven that at?
I'm not saying what I'm saying. I'm saying what the people on network TV saying.
Is that how you feel?
No.
So he hasn't proven it in your eyes.
He done a good job.
I'm not saying that he's a bad coach. What I'm saying is, do you agree with him being one of the top coaches in this league?
I have very rigid, for me personally.
Speaking of, we need to do a segment on who the best coaches are.
Yeah, we're going to definitely do that. But I have a very rigid, view of things. So.
Because right now, I mean, without LeBron, is how much different is his resume than Willie Green's?
It's not. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. Is like I don't. But then you gotta look at a guy like Phil
Jackson.
Yeah, he won all his titles with the elite. So I mean,
once again, it always goes back to the players that you're dealing with.
But then you look at a guy like Larry Brown. People want to say he won a championship with all role players. That's what the people like to say.
So
that he won a title with straight role players. I think you even said the Pistons was all throwaways.
I ain't never said throwaways, fam.
Do we gotta rewind the footage?
Don't even.
Do we gotta rewind the footage?
It would be a more accurate statement to say role players than throwaways.
I mean, that's basically what you was.
It would. Okay, so what's your definition of a role player?
My definition of a role player is Robert Horry.
No. Give me a definition of a role player. Not an example. Give me a definition of a role player.
What's homie name for the Bulls?
No. Not an example. Give me a definition of a role player.
A guy that just like, say for instance, he like a catch and shoot guy.
That's Rip, ain't
that you rely on him on. I never said Rip was a star. When have I ever said Rip was
No.
a star?
I'm just trying to, you know.
Rip Hamilton is a role player.
Right.
Tayshaun Prince is a role player. Rasheed Wallace isn't a role player.
But at that point in his career, was he? At that point in his career, was he?
He was a
Pistons. A stretch forward.
The Pistons was a unique team.
He was a stretch forward.
Hold on. Because it seemed like every episode we have to go back to these Pistons because
we
for some
love
reason.
The Pistons.
No, you don't love the Pistons.
Yes, I do.
You love the Magic.
Ben Wallace is my favorite center of
He
all
started
time.
off with the Magic.
Yeah.
That's probably why you love the Pistons, because he started off with the Magic.
The Magic is my favorite team.
Right.
That's the team
so
that I pulled for.
let's give the origin story of Ben Wallace.
I was pulling for the Pistons.
Ben Wallace started off with the Bullets when he had the ball head. When Kobe dunked.
Do you like Dennis Rodman because he started with the Pistons?
Oh, Rodman was official.
Or the Bulls?
Let me give y'all a Easter egg. I didn't know much about Dennis Rodman for the Pistons. I knew about him for the Bulls, and then went back and did my history.
was not any influence on that.
What you mean?
You liking Dennis Rodman?
Dennis Rodman played the exact same on both ways.
Okay. So why can't Josh?
No, this cat. No, listen.
What you about to say about
because
me?
Because he's a Magic dude.
Yes.
I don't see any Piston paraphernalia anywhere. Nowhere. You know what I'm saying? This dude loves the Magic. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
he defends the Magic.
Ben Wallace is my favorite center of
he
all
started
time.
with he was with the Magic
He
before
made his name
Detroit.
who? He made his name with who?
The Magic.
No.
I'm gonna tell you why he made his name with the Magic, because Joe Dumars would have traded for him. Yeah, you know it's facts. Why would you trade for him? You would trade Grant Hill for Ben. Who did Grant Hill get traded for? Who did Grant Hill get traded for?
Wallace have a jersey hanging up in
Orlando?
No, he's not gonna have a.
All right,
he's not going
that
to.
right there shuts your whole argument down.
No, don't put the mic down. Keep the mic up. Don't ever do that, because you ain't dropping no mic. Because you have to get noticed first before you get traded for.
That's a lot of people who get.
Right. So he was doing some dirt, some sort.
That's T-Mac. That's T-Mac.
He was doing dirt with the Raptors, then he got traded to the Magic.
Okay,
but he was making noise with the Magic before he got traded.
Chauncey Billups was a journeyman. He traveled around the league. He know about most of the cities in the world.
But Dumars seemed like, yo, this dude, he doing something. And he brought him over to Detroit.
Listen.
Detroit wasn't scrubs.
No, ain't nobody said that they were scrubs. Who said that they were scrubs? Who you been listening to?
Nobody.
Who you been listening to?
Ben Wallace Orlando Magic jersey.
No, and ain't nobody
Did
ever
he have
will.
any?
Ain't nobody ever. Nobody ever.
But who was watching the Magic at the time?
Nah, okay, let's move on to the next
Right.
playoffs.
No, don't try to sit there and play with me.
No, you playing with you.
Oh.
Because you be going through you would jump through all types of hoops just to make the little points.
And this
Little
is
points.
unnecessary hoops. Nothing nobody said here. Nobody said.
Just to jump through it.
Okay.
Like,
Cool. So I got the Mavericks in
He on his
six.
evil Knievel stuff. I can
No.
jump through 6 hoops.
what's the next team since I can't name
No,
it?
go name the team.
Okay.
I'm about to use the bathroom. Right back.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Good. No, you go ahead.
Suns.
That's it first.
Did we even go to the Suns and Timberwolves? Feel like I've been naming this team like 3 times.
We hopped over them
Okay.
to go to the Mavericks and the Clippers.
Okay.
So my personal breakdown of this series, really quick. Phoenix obviously has the better individual offensive talent. With the pairing of Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, Isaiah Thomas coming off the bench. That's scoring. And that's scoring that can potentially, you can have no answer for every night. And now you got to deal with that in a 7-game series. Now the thing that works in Minnesota's favor, even though they got all those players that are capable of scoring, there's only one ball. There's only one ball. So you can have 3 scorers on the floor, 4 scorers on the floor on the floor at the same time. Only one of them can have the ball at once. So it's going to take team defense, and you have to have the ability to score the ball yourself, which is going to be a lot on Ant's shoulders on this series, because I personally don't trust Karl Anthony Towns. I don't. He hasn't given me a reason to trust him. He's another one of those players that you question what's in his chest. If you want to just go by rankings alone, I can look. People gonna want to say that this should be an easy series for the Timberwolves just because they rank number 1. That don't or no, they ain't ranked number 1. They number 3 or number 2.
T-Wolves
they
number 3.
They number 3. So look, Anthony Edwards, he needs to have a great game every night. And the $200 million center, yes, that's how much he got paid. Rudy, $200 million contract, Rudy Gobert. I don't know. Set some screens, player. He got to set some real good screens this series. And he got to defend the paint. Look, man. The thing that works in Minnesota's favor is that they are playing better team ball right now. They got a point guard in Mike Conley, who's a vet that's been in these situations, that knows how to play the game. And the rising star should be the face of the league. They got in their own right a young enough supporting cast of role players that can bring the energy and compete and hustle and stuff like that. If Karl Anthony Towns can show up at all this series, I ain't gonna say it's gonna be easy work, but this should be T-Wolves. But with Phoenix, you just don't know how this is gonna play out, because Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, in its own right, that's a headache to deal with, because there's, outside of what Ime Udoka did with Boston, there is no defense that has been shown that can stop Kevin Durant. And the kind of same thing can be said about Devin Booker a little bit. Then you have a third scoring option in Bradley Beal. You got Yusuf Nurkic over there. I don't know if Bo's gonna get any minutes, and I don't know if he deserves any minutes. Isaiah Thomas, he's gonna have to come off the bench. He's gonna have to do some stuff. This is the series that my mind tells me that the T-Wolves should win this just because they playing better team ball. I'm gonna say T-Wolves in 7 though. I don't think it's gonna be easy. I think it's gonna be some 7-game series in round 1. That's gonna give some teams some wake up calls, and it's gonna make it kind of tough.
Okay.
So you say T-Wolves in 7.
Brother shot 16 threes.
What about you?
That's not what he does.
Breaking news.
Go ahead.
Only 5 assists though.
De'Aaron Fox, what this cat got on? Then he shot 16 threes.
That look like a shower curtain.
All right.
You know, it could be is he from like a
No, he's regular.
He's American.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this real quick because I know we running, kind of.
Don't worry about all that.
Okay, cool. Bet.
He only saying that because his wife is asleep. But as soon as she wake up,
No, we ain't doing all that. Now,
time is
It's not gonna make a difference. I'm the one that's driving.
so I would say Phoenix they should win due to Booker being to the finals and Durant winning 2 finals MVPs.
What's that?
Don't matter. He won 2 finals MVPs.
What's that? He do that.
And then he been to the finals with the Thunder. It don't matter. He went. It don't matter. We said experience, right? Who got more experience here?
They earned their stripes when they got there.
Okay then. So if Phoenix play like they supposed to play, they should win this series. It's gonna be a cold series. It's gonna be hard to choose, but I can't choose the unproven.
Phoenix is like a more talented version of Milwaukee in terms of not playing good basketball with as a team. They're not playing good basketball. Talent wise, they got way more scoring talent, so
Right.
it should allow them to at least be able to compete and make. Because here's the thing, when you got all that offensive talent in the 7-game series, when coaching adjustments gets made, this is gonna be Frank Vogel versus I don't know who the coach is.
Right. So Phoenix should win this. If they lose out this first round,
How you gonna look at Kevin Durant?
there should be trades and folks should be fired.
How does that affect Kevin Durant's legacy?
There should be trades and folks should be fired.
Okay, but how does that affect Kevin Durant's legacy?
I mean, his legacy already been affected. So what more damage are you gonna do with it? I mean, his legacy was already affected by the Golden State move. No one count them championships. I mean, you have to count them because they in the books. No matter what you personally feel about them, it's still in the books. But him going there, they already did damage. That did some irreparable damage, so he can't do no worse.
That's like the ultimate example of numbers don't lie, but they don't tell the whole truth.
Right. So you can't delete whatever him being 2 final MVPs, and did they go to the championship 3 times or 2? The Warriors.
They went to the championship every year that he was there.
Was it 2 or 3 years?
They
I think
it was 3 years. I think it was 3 years because by the time that in the middle of the 3rd year, that's when all the Draymond stuff popped off. And
okay. Well, I mean, damage to his career. I mean, he already did that going to Golden State. So, I mean, I don't think anything can do worse than that, except say he's not a leader, which he already admitted himself. So, I say Phoenix should win this. They should, but would I be surprised if they lose? No. But I'm going to go with the experience, but I'm not confident in it. So, I'm going to say Phoenix in 7, but I'm not standing 10 toes down on that.
This is another either way series for me. This is another either way series for me. Yeah. And then the last one.
Oh, you quit? See now, you know.
I did not quit. He just said the last one.
You know what I mean?
Which
Like
is what, the Lakers?
Yeah, the Lakers and the Nuggets.
Yeah, the Lakers and the Nuggets.
Okay.
See?
Yeah,
Right,
no.
go ahead and say what you want to say about this one. You said one word the other
Sweep.
day. You said sweep. the other
Sweep.
day.
Have the Lakers beat the Nuggets at all?
I don't even.
They have not. Let's look at the history. They haven't beat them at all. Even when Anthony Davis dropped 40.
Not this season, no.
They have not beat them, period. So
The thing is, it's gonna come down to Anthony Davis.
he dropped 40 and they still lost.
Why?
Hold on.
Wait.
When did he drop 40 against Denver? Are you
Okay.
talking about last year?
Yes.
That was Braun that dropped that 40.
No, it was Anthony Davis who dropped 40.
No, that
Pull
was
up the
Braun.
phone.
You want to pull it up because Braun had 30 in
Pull
the
up
first
the
half.
phone. Pull up the phone.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis dropped 40 and they still lost.
No. He
Just
did
pull
not
it
drop-
up.
last
Anthony
year, he
Davis
did
dropped
not
40
drop
against
40 at
Jokic
all.
and still lost.
No, that was.
Pull it up,
definitely
man. I'm
Braun.
telling you, I'm
That
dead
was
serious.
definitely Braun. 20,
Listen,
what was that,
y'all,
2022? Was that 2022?
Anthony Davis dropped 40 and they still lost.
2023, Lakers versus. Let me see. That might be on Basketball Reference, but anyway, Lakers versus.
Yeah.
Nuggets.
Live in effect on the F&S.
I'm just pulling up this just to show him.
Anthony Davis dropped 40 and they still lost.
No, that was definitely Braun. Braun dropped that 40 because that was game 4.
He could have dropped 40 multiple times.
That was game 4.
I'm talking game 1, dog.
Game 1.
Anthony Davis dropped 40 and they still lost.
I need a box score.
I found an article on NBA.com talks about Anthony Davis with 40 points versus Denver Nuggets, 5/16/2023.
So you're saying
But it
that's
doesn't-
game 1.
But it doesn't really say much.
It don't matter. He's dropped 40 and they still lost.
Let's see if this is about it.
So here we go. That's game 1. If this is the right one, let me just go Basketball Reference because they don't be the ones that's gonna.
Excuse me.
Let me go to Basketball Reference because I know game 4, Braun dropped 40 because he had 30 in the first half,
Mm-hmm.
and then
All right. They're doing the replay.
let me see here.
Mm-hmm.
Stats. Okay, so game 1, Anthony Davis did drop 40.
Yeah, I was say game 1 during the Western Conference Finals.
Game 1, Anthony Davis did drop 40.
Okay.
And they still got swept. That's
And
my
then
whole
got
point.
swept. And then game 4, LeBron dropped his 40, and they lost. But the whole narrative behind this,
The narrative is both of them cats dropped 40 and still lost.
no, not in the same game though. You act like this is in the same game. Once again, Matt be just putting numbers out there like
No.
you know.
We went through a whole segment of y'all looking for Anthony Davis dropping 40.
You did say that pretty much Anthony Davis dropped 40 points and the Nuggets still lost. And, you know.
The Nuggets won. But yeah.
They got, you said they
The Lakers still lost.
The Lakers still lost.
So it don't matter. Anthony Davis could drop 40 or LeBron.
Once again, this goes back to the point of numbers not lying, but they not telling the whole truth. How did Anthony Davis get his 40? Did you feel his 40? Because when you think about, we just had a real clear example of this in that playing game against the Pelicans.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Davis had a double-double, but did you feel it at all? Did you feel it at all?
How do you not feel 40 points? You scored a little less than half of the whole team points.
Didn't Zion
You felt that 40.
Yeah, Zion.
You felt that 40.
You felt every bit of that 40.
You felt that 40. Yeah, because he left due to injury.
Right there.
I mean, I know that, but I'm just saying.
But you felt every bit of that 40. Pretty much what I'm saying is these points meaningless stats? Because here's how a player can get 40 and it don't mean nothing. Okay? You can have 5 points in the first quarter. Then you can have 5 points in the second quarter. Then you can have 5 points in the third quarter. That's 15 points. Your team could be down by 30 by that time. So you can get a whole bunch of points on garbage time.
Was that the case with the Nuggets?
Let me see if they do give me a quarter breakdown.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna see if they give me a quarter breakdown.
We're not gonna discredit my point that I made here.
Listen, look.
You know what I mean? The fact of the matter is that the Lakers is getting swept still.
I don't know if they get
the
swept.
evidence shows they getting swept. They can't beat them.
I don't know if they get swept because I feel like, so first of all, you should have something in your chest that you want to prove that you can.
At what point have they beat the Nuggets?
Like I said,
I just want to know.
This is a 7-game series. This is a 7-game series.
And that was, they got swept last year.
Right. They got swept last year.
Have they beat them at all this year?
I don't know. I have to look at the thing. But like I said, the whole narrative around Anthony Davis has been this. He plays good one game, then he plays like he doesn't feel like playing basketball the next. Then he plays good one game, then he plays like he doesn't play basketball. But the thing with Anthony Davis is anytime that he has a real matchup at the big man position, those always be his worst games because he don't want to play down low.
But it doesn't matter. At this point, the Nuggets have been beating them. And they have not beat them in like 2 years, bro. But
this is the point that I'm making. Anthony Davis, he holds all the cards.
So let me ask you this question about this stat.
Let me.
They say Anthony Davis has not beat Sabonis in 9 games, bro.
You're right. And that's because Anthony Davis don't want to play down low, but he has all the power to do so.
So if you said that Sabonis is a cheap version of Jokic, what is he gonna do with the real version?
But what? Okay, so here my point. Here my point. Jokic, does he play defense?
You said Sabonis is a cheap version.
Does Sabonis play defense?
You said Sabonis is a cheap version.
No. Answer my question direct. Does Sabonis or Jokic play defense?
Nope.
Okay then. So if Anthony Davis attacks them dudes, he can get them in foul trouble.
What's 40 points to you? Is that not attacking?
How does Anthony Davis play? You know how Anthony Davis plays.
Right then. So
he wants to dribble, step back, jump shot.
Cool. So in all the years of
the only time that he wants
Davis,
to play down low, that's why I'm saying Anthony Davis is the key here.
Okay, how long has he been the key? And the key haven't worked.
I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying I don't know.
Is he gonna change now all of a sudden?
I don't know. I don't have no faith in it. Look, I got Denver winning the series.
Sweep.
I just don't know if it's a sweep,
dog. They haven't beat them in like 2 years. A sweep. I don't know how you can choose otherwise, and they have not beat them at all.
Listen, look, and then you got the NBA politics.
Nope. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that. Yeah, I'm saying that. Because the politics. No, the politics should work in the Lakers' favor.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Not the Nuggets.
Saying.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The Laker brand
going to be in favor of the Lakers. That's going to give them a game or two.
It's definitely going to be in their favor when they play at home.
Yeah.
Now the only question.
Is that going to affect maybe Matt? You said it may not be a sweep.
So let's see what year. 2003, 2024. Okay, October 24th, Denver 119-107. February 8th, Denver 114-106. March 2nd, Denver 124-114.
I hear what you're saying.
Bruh, they have not beat these cats in 2 years, man. 2 years.
Look.
Dog, I don't understand. What's your argument? Dog, the Lakers can't beat the Nuggets, man. I'm sorry. They can't win. You know what I mean? It's evidence, right? I don't even like the Nuggets. Let's be serious. I'm not a fan.
Listen, look.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody on that roster, to be honest with you.
Listen, look.
But
I chose Denver to come out the West, so that shows you who I'm picking to win this series.
Dallas all day.
I just don't think
Kyrie all day.
I just don't think that they
Sage
gonna
and all.
sweep them. I just don't think that they gonna sweep them.
Bro, what evidence do you have?
What evidence?
When
do you
have they have not beat them in 2 years, man? 2.
Does that matter for the
Yes.
playoffs?
They beat them in the playoffs last year.
That
this
was
week.
last year.
What's the difference this year?
What's the difference?
Yes,
this
what's
year?
the difference?
Okay,
Please
so
tell me the
one,
difference.
they don't have the same squad that they had last year. Both teams don't. Not the complete same squad.
So what's Rui doing with Aaron Gordon? Is Rui better than Aaron Gordon to you?
He ain't better than Aaron Gordon, but you act like Aaron Gordon is this unstoppable force here.
Can Rui stop him?
You think he can't?
No, because it's evidence.
The same size.
Was Rui there last year?
Yes, and Aaron
And they
Gordon
got
wasn't
swept.
the one that
So
popped
therefore,
off.
and they got swept.
You just hear?
They got swept.
You see what I'm saying here? He don't
They
want
got
to look
swept.
at things in context.
Dog, they got swept. 4-zip.
He don't want to look. You know who Rui
Where
was
was the
guarding?
win?
Do you know who Rui was guarding in that series?
It don't matter. They got swept.
Do you know who Rui was guarding in that series?
Who?
He was guarding Jokic. He wasn't guarding Aaron Gordon.
Okay.
They had him on Jokic.
Tomato. They got swept.
Tomato.
They got swept. Where was the win? Let's look up the matchups for 2022. We gotta go through this.
Listen,
They have not won. So
Listen.
what? Unless there's referees that got Laker jerseys on, there's no way the Lakers is beating the Nuggets, man.
Listen, look.
No way.
I'm not saying that they win. I just don't think it's going to be a sweep.
Why?
Because I feel like anytime you get to rematch a team that just swept you, there's going to be something different. There should be something different that comes out in you when you play against them in the series again. There should be something different. But
How
once
many
again,
rematches you need? You know what I'm saying? How many rematches do you need, dog?
listen.
How many rematches do you need?
Are you valuing the regular season rematch or are you valuing the playoff rematch?
So the regular season's hollow matches?
A lot of the times the regular season is just chess matches where you just figure testing out things. Come on now. We all know how Bron rolls. Let's not act like we was born yesterday here. Bron, hold up now. Bron has always not valued the regular season as much as the
I
playoffs.
guess he won a championship last year and the year before that. When was the last championship LeBron won, man?
Where was they at last year?
I don't
Was
care.
they
Where was
supposed to make it that far? Was
It
they
don't
supposed
matter.
to make it that far last year?
Who got the ring?
Like I
Who
said,
got the ring?
like I said.
Who has the ring and where are they standings at now?
Listen, you act like I'm saying that they gonna win the series,
Bruh, like,
I'm
dog,
just saying that I think they can win one game.
Listen, people got so much faith in LA for whatever. I don't know what this whole
one game,
zero. They haven't won none.
one game,
None.
one game.
Why would they win? Why? What makes you? What evidence present is there for you to think they're gonna win the game if they haven't beat them in 2 years?
The evidence that I got is that
Yes.
one, Bron and AD, when they show up together and dominate, they can beat any team in the league for one time.
Well, they haven't been doing that because they're number 7 in the West. So, therefore, what makes you think they're going to all of a sudden do that now?
To win one game.
Bruh.
One
Listen,
game.
we got to sweep. Diver, listen, y'all, this is not breaking news. We know this is going to be easy work. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be easy work.
Now, I got Denver winning this series in 5 games. My thing is, let's just say for some strange reason, the Lakers shocked the world.
Fam, come on, man.
Come on, man. I want to see what your reaction is going to be if they.
I've been seeing narrative. There must be some type of script going on because they've been saying this in media. Oh, if the Lakers win, they'll win the whole playoffs.
Hold up. Do you think that Spencer Dinwiddie can make a difference?
If he get clock. But they love this guy named Austin Reeves. For whatever reason, they feel like Austin Reeves is better than Spencer Dinwiddie.
Austin Reeves ain't a good player.
Is he better than Spencer Dinwiddie? No.
I've never said that.
You should have went to Dallas, fam.
He came from Dallas.
He had an option to go back. He stayed with the LA.
Maybe he said, I don't want to play with Luka because Luka's a ball hog.
At least he'd be on the floor.
Oh, so now I'm just getting cardio?
Hey, look, man.
Just give me some cardio?
Listen.
Just give me some cardio?
I'd rather get cardio than be playing behind Austin Reeves.
And they got their shooter in Gabe Vincent.
Gabe Vincent.
You act like Gabe Vincent can't shoot. Hold up. You laughing.
You said Gabe Vincent like he Ray Allen.
No.
Gabe Vincent?
I didn't say like he was Ray
Dog,
Allen.
have you seen his bad stretch of games?
He was hurt. He just got back from injury.
When have Gabe Vincent popped off in LA yet? Since he been there. No, since he been there.
He's been hurt the whole time.
When have Gabe Vincent made a difference?
He's been hurt the whole time. His
I have never seen the world argue for a 7th seed this hard. I have never seen the world argue for a 7th seed this hard. That's because LeBron James on the roster. And LeBron James haven't won a championship since the bubble. The bubble. He has not won a title since the bubble.
That is true.
Yet, everybody's still arguing. And bro, like this dude haven't won a title since the bubble.
Okay, so once again, let's add context to the picture, people here. Because when you say things like that, it's like you're pointing the finger at one person.
No, it's
you. You can't point the finger at one person.
AD played most of his game. He played about over.
But he was trash. He was trash.
Yeah, but you was arguing for him. Look,
Anthony Davis. No, look. I said plain and clearly. I said clearly, Anthony Davis is here today and not there the next day.
Yeah, you tend to Euro step over the fact that they have not beat the Nuggets in 2 years.
Like I said, I would like to believe that if you get a rematch against a team that swept you, you're going to come out different.
They rematched them all season.
No, they did not. They only played 3 times.
How many times you need to win a game?
Look, a series is different. Playing you one time in January, then playing you one time in February, then playing you one time in March is different than playing you 7 times straight. That's elementary basic understanding. You should know that.
Dog, wouldn't... The basic elementary understanding is the fact that they haven't beat them in 2 years, playoffs or regular season. Both.
Like I said,
Hold on, wait a minute.
I'm
Let me
not
ask
saying
you
that
this
they
question.
win the series.
Hold on. So
I'm not saying that they win the series.
In order for a trip to the finals, wouldn't you want to show up for a trip to the finals? You was playing the Nuggets for the finals and got swept.
And who's responsible?
Swept.
Who?
Everybody on the floor.
Who was the main player that didn't show up for work?
Everybody who don't on the Lakers
jersey. Say it out your mouth. Say it out your mouth. Who's the main player that didn't show up for work? Your boy, Anthony Davis. He was the main player that didn't show up for work.
I don't think,
for one, he wasn't guarding Jokic.
I don't think on the
For
F&S
two,
podcast.
he didn't try to go at Jokic.
I do not think on the F&S podcast I've once said Anthony Davis is my boy on this show.
No, but in our private conversations, you have said that Anthony Davis is one of your favorites.
There's no evidence.
And look, that's all right. That's all right.
AD is my man's. But I can keep it real, too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like T-Mac is my man's.
No,
but he ain't no Hall of Famer. So, just like AD, he lacking some things in his chest, in my opinion. But, you know, I like his style of play. But that don't negate the fact they haven't beat the Nuggets in 2 years.
But you act like
they have not beat the Nuggets in 2 years, dog.
But you act like
they
teams
just
that have lost consistently to a certain team haven't been able to pull off one win before.
Do Superman have kryptonite?
Yes.
All right then.
But does Superman still win the fight?
Not that kryptonite in the building. Didn't Batman beat Superman with kryptonite?
Okay.
He beat him and put him in the grave with kryptonite.
Look, listen.
Didn't the credit roll with Superman in the grave?
I don't know. I'm not in the comments.
All right
like
then.
that.
So therefore, look, man. You cannot.
Listen, I'm not saying that I have something solid to go off of here.
You cannot delete the facts that Denver been beating LA for 2 years straight.
I'm not sitting here.
Regular season and playoffs.
I'm not saying
you have nothing to stand on here.
No, I don't, except for the fact that I would think that you will want to come out and prove a point that you can beat this team.
They haven't in 2 years.
Because they not playing for the regular season, or at least in my mind.
You had a trip to the finals and the regular season. Come on, son.
I hear what you're saying,
man.
I hear what you're saying.
You cannot sit there and tell me.
Okay, so tell me this: if Anthony Davis shows up and Bron shows up and the Lakers show up, and then if Jokic and Jamal Murray and the Nuggets they play their game. If both teams show up and they play their best brand of basketball for 7 games, you mean to tell me, or in a 7-game series, you mean to tell me that Lakers can't win one of those?
And we counting the whole roster, right?
Yes, the whole roster.
Nope, because it's been proven. Nope. No, it's been proven.
If they all playing their best brand of basketball, and you look at the rosters here, this means you're getting the best version of Anthony Davis. You're getting the best version of LeBron James. You're getting the best version of Spencer Dinwiddie, the best version of D'Angelo Russell, the best version of Austin Reeves, the best version of Jared Vanderbilt if he plays, because I don't know, he's hurt too. You get the best version of Rui Hachimura versus the best version of Jokic, the best version of Jamal Murray, the best version of Aaron Gordon, the best version of Michael Porter, the best version of Contavious Caldwell-Pope, the best version of Christian Braun.
We go take it back to your argument you just said earlier in this show. Didn't you say stuff about coaching?
Yes.
Who's on the sidelines for LA?
The odds is not in their favor.
Who's on the sideline? Even with if they're playing their best, who's on the sidelines?
Darvin Ham.
You got Darvin Ham. Who's on the sideline with Denver?
Malone.
All right then. Denver in 4.
Denver in 4. I'm not saying Denver in 4. I don't think it's going to be a sweep. I know I don't have nothing solid to go by here, and I have no problem admitting that. I just don't think that a rematch. I just don't think that a sweep is going to happen here. If it does happen, I won't be surprised. But if it doesn't happen, I won't be surprised either. Because look, something got to happen. Somebody got to say, all right, enough of this. I'm not going out like that again. Somebody got to say that. Now, I'm not with all these other analysts saying that the Lakers is going to shock the world and win the series. I still think that Denver is going to beat them and they're going to come out the West. I just don't think it's going to be a sweep.
Bruh, it's a sweep.
I think they get one game.
Listen, I could be a fan of a player and admit the fact that they're going to get swept. AD getting swept. And I still sign AD on my roster. I just build my team differently. But they're getting swept.
there ain't nothing that you can do to change the person that AD is.
It don't matter.
AD's gonna suck for you just like he sucked for everybody else.
Nah, it's about how you build that roster.
Listen, look, the Lakers have beaten the Nuggets before with a different roster a couple years ago.
What year was that?
The bubble.
Oh!
But they beat them. They beat them. Jokic.
Was Jokic who he was yet?
Oh, yeah, he was a joker. He was a joker. He just wasn't MVP joker.
Well, guess who emerged? And then your boy Aaron Gordon be giving LeBron problems for whatever reason.
No, he don't give LeBron problems.
Why he get so agitated with him then?
Because Aaron Gordon be doing that dumb, stupid stuff. You seen what happened with that clip. Now, come on now. Let's not act like we got blind and turned into Ray Charles all of a sudden. He had LeBron's arm locked. He had LeBron's arm locked. And LeBron had to show him because he told him before, you ain't the only one that lift weights. So, let's not even act like there's a competition there. And let's be honest about Aaron Gordon here. The only time that he was dominant was in that Miami series because there was nobody his size on that Miami roster.
But guess what?
He was never dominant against the Lakers.
Guess what? Aaron
He was
Gordon,
never the deciding factor.
Guess what? Aaron Gordon can look at down the line when he retire, a championship ring.
That's fine.
That he played part of winning.
That's fine.
He was a key piece to winning it.
I'm not arguing that.
And he probably, it's a possibility he'll get another one back to back.
That's
Boston sure not beating Denver.
Yeah, I don't have much faith.
So if Denver come out of the West, they beating whoever they face.
That's how I see it.
So
That's how I see
the
it.
likelihood of Denver
It's
winning
just
back
not
to
going to
back.
be as easy as it was to beat the Heat.
My choice is what?
It's just not going to be as easy as it was to beat the Heat.
Denver.
It's not
My
gonna be
choice
as easy.
is Denver coming out the West.
Because here's the thing with Denver.
I mean, my choice is Dallas coming out the West. Excuse me.
Here's the thing with Denver, okay? With Denver, you got to make Jokic play defense and get him in foul trouble. This is the schematic. Look, tell me I'm wrong here.
LA haven't been able to do that yet.
Because Anthony Davis hasn't done it yet. Anthony Davis has to be the one that does it. Once again, the narrative hasn't changed. The narrative hasn't changed. Anthony Davis has to put on his big boy pants and say, I'm attacking Jokic.
How long have we been asking this about Anthony Davis?
Listen, look, I'm not saying that he's going to change, but he's Mr. Inconsistent. He's Mr. Inconsistent here today, going tomorrow. All I'm saying is that in the hypothetical world, if Anthony Davis shows up and attacks Jokic, Jokic can get in foul trouble, and that changes the whole world for Denver. Because Jokic don't play defense. If Anthony Davis shows up for work, and I'm not saying dropping one of those hollow 40s. I'm saying drop one of those 28, 15, and 20 games where you feel every last one of those.
This sound like already a bunch of shoulda, woulda, coulda when the series over.
Can you answer my question?
What's the question?
If Anthony Davis attacks Jokic, can Jokic guard him?
No. But he's not going to.
So once again, this all is in Anthony Davis's hands.
Listen, I have 2 years of evidence to go by, so I don't know what you want me to say. 2 years of evidence to go by. I mean, I don't know how many flukes is there. Yeah, how many flukes is it?
Well, listen, look. In those games that they played against each other last year in the playoffs in that series, when they
In the regular season. Let's add that too.
And in the regular season, those wasn't blowout separation scores.
Don't matter. It was still W's.
Yes, they were still W's, but there's information that was gathered there. You just believe that. So, how
much information you need to gather, though?
No, I mean, look, I'm not changing what I'm saying.
7 games? You haven't won in 7 games, and that's what I seen 7 games. I don't even know the games before that. Haven't won in 7 games in a row. 7.
Listen, I'm not saying that you wrong here. I'm like I said, I don't have no strong leg to stand on it. I'm just going based off of who I know Bron is and what he can normally get out of the
Can we admit Bron not the same guy here? Bron's IQ is second to none, but he physically isn't the same guy.
He's still physically superior more than anybody on Denver.
And they still haven't won in 2 years.
Because he's looking at Anthony Davis.
He
got to give Anthony Davis the ultimate pep talk.
Listen, LeBron is probably the greatest. No, ain't no probably. He is the greatest older guy to play the game. I mean, I think Kelvin Cato played. He was like 45. No, was it Kevin Willis? No, was it Willis? One of them cats. I ain't talking about Mutombo because no one knows Mutombo's real age. If you want to be technical, you know what I'm saying? They were speculating he was like 49. Now I'm saying I don't know how true that is. You know what I'm saying? But
Steve Nash played until he was like 44.
I'm talking about actually. No, he wasn't 44. He retired earlier than that.
No. He was on the Lakers. He was in his 40s. That Lakers, Kobe, the White team with D'Antoni, he was in his 40s.
He wasn't 44 though. He wasn't that old.
He might have been 42.
I don't think he was that old. It's like 39.
Vince Carter played into his 40s.
Vince played until he was like 41 or something. 40. But he wanted to finish when the COVID thing popped off. Then he didn't want to retire yet. You know what I'm saying? But I know Kevin Willis or something like that. One of them cats, either Kelvin Cato or Kevin Willis played till he was like 45, dog. So LeBron is the greatest older guy.
Played in what sense? Like just played as in being on the roster?
He was playing,
or played as in I'm actually getting minutes?
No. Willis, I remember it. Kevin Willis was not no weak dude. That was a strong dude. You remember Kevin Willis?
I remember Kevin
That
Willis.
dude was brolic. He was.
I'm just trying to.
You know what I mean?
If he was actually in the rotation.
To be able to play in the league at 45, that's official. Now baseball players, they play. That's a whole nother discussion for another day.
It's a different story though.
But
you could be Udonis Haslem for the Heat.
You know what I'm saying? No, Kevin Willis was getting minutes though. But either Cato or Willis, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? But LeBron, he handled his business. He's the greatest older guy I've ever seen.
Okay,
point blank, period. But that don't change the fact that they have not beat the Nuggets in 2 years. I don't care how cold you is as an old dude. Correct. You have no W's on the Nuggets in 2 years.
That don't mean that one can't happen though.
It hasn't happened yet.
But that's not no 100% reason that they can't do it. Okay, that is no 100 because look,
how long it take?
You don't know what can happen. Players can get hurt, things could change, or maybe they could figure something out.
You just made this argument of all health.
Yeah, but now I'm making another argument that can say that they can possibly win a game, because at the end of the day, look, if you can't stop Jokic, you should be able to stop Jamal Murray.
Wasn't you just giving Jamal Murray mad praise?
What you mean?
Didn't you say he was out cold like that? So Jamal Murray should be unstoppable too, right?
No, Jamal Murray is stoppable. I've never said that. Now, we can play back this episode. I know that didn't come out of my mouth.
I ain't saying this episode. We've had private conversations where you talk about Jamal Murray. How the Nuggets can't win without that guy.
They can't. They can't win without Jamal Murray. They can't win without Jamal Murray. They can't beat the Magic without Jamal Murray.
So he's more important than just some role player.
No, I never said he was a role player.
Right then.
He's the number 2 option on the team.
Right.
He's the number 2 option on the team.
Listen, I don't. At the end of the day, the Nuggets have been whooping the Lakers for 2 years.
Look, if I'm the head coach and I see that Anthony Davis just is not going to do it, then my next focus is shifting to Jamal Murray. Okay, we're going to mess him up. We're going to get extra physical with this dude. He gonna see us in his face all the time. We gonna have to lose this series to Michael Porter. We gonna have to lose this series to Aaron Gordon, which is both of those guys. I feel like anybody on my squad can guard 1-on-1. Jokic gonna have to have 100.
Well, too bad they haven't done that in 2 years.
Like I said, if it was me as the coach, if it was me as the
But
coach,
we see who over there in the sidelines.
you're right.
Listen, you have no argument here. Nuggets in 4.
I'm gonna say 5. I'm gonna say 5 because I believe the Lakers get 1.
By how much? 3 points?
A win is a win. Does it really matter? Does it really matter?
Jokic got to be in foul trouble. Jamal Murray got to be in foul trouble. Aaron Gordon got to be in foul trouble. Michael Porter Jr. got to be in foul trouble.
They just need one of them two to be in foul trouble, dog. Mainly.
Everybody got to be in foul trouble for them to get a win.
How many championships have came like that, where the best players on the other team got in foul trouble? How many championships was won based on players getting in foul trouble?
I'm not saying it don't
It's
count.
a
I'm just saying what
factor
have
in
to
this
happen.
situation.
I'm not saying it don't count. I'm saying what have to happen in order for the Lakers to squeeze out a win.
Listen, look. This is the reason why we play the game.
We can play it all day. We already know who's gonna win. You know what I'm saying? Unless referees be in there playing games, we know who's gonna win.
That's another thing. The Lakers got deeper pockets than the Nuggets.
I know the NBA don't want Jokic to win the title again. I know that for a fact. They will
We
rather
agreed on that.
they'll rather have LeBron in the finals, and I feel like
I
they'll
don't
do
even
it.
think it's about LeBron. I think it's about the Lakers brand. The Lakers brand makes the league money.
Right, but even LeBron still pulls in dough.
Yes,
So
he does
if
pull in
you-
dough, but does LeBron make more money for the league than the Lakers
But
brand
let me ask
does?
you this: if there was no LeBron, no Anthony Davis, was just some role players, would they still want LA in the finals?
No.
All right then. So,
But it would be
LeBron-
a different team.
right?
It would be a different team. Like, say they never made that trade, and it was Lonzo Ball, and it was Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma. Let's say Julius Randle still was there.
which I think to this day that they was tripping. LeBron should have kept that.
Well, first off, Luke Walton was the head coach.
They could have just got rid of the coach, man.
You
That's
right.
all they had to do.
You're right.
And kept that young core.
But Luke
LeBron
Walton
with
came
Brandon
out-
Ingram, Alonzo Ball in them. Dog, come on, man.
He was 4th seed in the West with that team before he got hurt. 'Cause
Exactly.
That was the year when he had popped.
The
whatever
Lakers,
it was.
I honestly feel like just like with Cleveland, if they never would have got rid of
but
Silas
you
in
forgot
them.
who pulled that string. Who pulled that string to make that trade happen? That wasn't Bron.
Which one, Cleveland
No,
or LA?
LA. Who pulled the string to make it happen
Bus?
and get Anthony Davis over there?
Bus?
No, that wasn't Jeannie Buss.
Who?
That was Magic. Magic Johnson was the one that pulled that string.
Yeah, he was wilding. But like, look,
You think Bron gonna walk in the office and tell Magic what to do?
I'm gonna tell you this about LeBron and his championships. LeBron would have had a championship in Cleveland relatively fast. They would have kept Darius Miles, Ricky Davis, Boozer, and Elgaskis.
But who was tripping?
Huh?
Who was tripping on that team? The players.
They
Carlos Boozer didn't want to be there.
listen.
Carlos
that's-
Boozer, words out his
they-
mouth, he didn't want to be second to LeBron.
They could have replaced Boozer, honestly. You know what I'm saying?
right,
but if you would
but
have
you
kept,
just said if they would have kept that team together.
or if they'd have kept that together, but
but the
Boozer
players
was
didn't want to be there.
Boozer, because it's a thing.
Darius Miles didn't want to be there. He
They
on record
tripping.
saying that he didn't want
and
to
guess
win
what?
without him.
And look what happened.
Ricky Davis, how long was his career after
And
he
look what
left?
happened. Look what happened.
So whose fault was that?
That Cavaliers team should have been. They would have won at least one title with that.
Are you
Paul
sure?
Silas. Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you
Paul
sure?
Silas was not a bad coach,
They was the worst team in the league for a reason.
bro, because people was being unruly. You know what I'm saying?
They was worst team in
If
the league
folks
for a
have fell
reason.
on, listen.
You
folks-
have no leg to stand on
Folks
when you
gotta
say
fall
that
in
statement,
line.
just like
Nah. Folks gotta that roster. Folks gotta fall in line. Big Z.
He was the only one that didn't say nothing. He was there for the thing, but you act like he was out here doing all these centers dirty. He was he even the middle tier center in that era?
You said Big Z was trash?
I ain't say he was trash. I'm asking you, when you look at that era of the centers, where does Z fall? Is he tier 1, tier 2, tier 3?
No, Big Z was probably a 2. Tier 2.
Tier 2 center.
Big Z was nice.
So who was the tier 1s? Centers in that era. Shaq.
Yeah, come on, man.
Shaq.
Second, and there's so many big. What? That was the era of the fours, though.
Yeah, but you still have centers. You still have centers.
Yeah, what? Shaq? He was past his prime.
Not at that time. 2003, right? Was the year that Bron got drafted, right?
Yeah, he wasn't prime no more.
Shaq, but he was still winning championships with LA.
He didn't win no more championship. He won one with the Heat.
But
who was on that? But you like to name that Heat roster.
Yeah, that Heat roster.
You like to go down the list.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
Galsey's better than Alonzo Mourning?
At that time, wasn't Zoe come off the bench?
Does it matter?
Yes, it does matter because that's kidney problems, Zoe. You know what I'm saying? And Zoe couldn't play that many minutes. So at that time,
is he better than
at that point, you know what I'm saying? You can make a debate that Big Z was better than Zoe at that point. Overall, no.
He's better than Noel.
Big Z?
Yeah.
Offensively, yes.
That's not the question.
Offensively, yes. You gotta ask. You gotta ask because at this no because you. No, wait a minute. No, wait.
Who's the better?
Hold on, wait. You have to.
Who's the better player?
I don't know.
This is the guy that claims to love the Pistons. You know what I'm saying?
Ben is my dude, but he zero offensively.
Better than Ben.
Listen. Hold on.
So
defensively.
Wait.
Hold on.
Would rather have the
no, you got. You know what you got to do when you compare players like that.
Listen,
that's
it's
preference.
It's
no, it's not.
It's very simple.
Because Ben is strictly defense.
That's fine.
Z can give you some sort of defense and some offense. Me personally, I will take Ben on some like
some sort of offense. It's not like it's not like he's some unstoppable force.
Listen, I'm taking Ben over Z, but if somebody says Z, I'm not about to argue with him due to how whatever, because you could still throw it to Z down low. Z what? Bruh.
Ben Wallace didn't need that though, and he got a championship.
He had Sheed with him.
Wasn't he the one guarding Shaq?
Huh?
Wasn't he the one guarding Shaq?
Wasn't Shaq getting off? Don't make me disrespect my man's Ben like that.
Listen,
because we're not going. Did he shut down Shaq?
I ain't saying that he shut down.
He did not shut down Shaq.
Shaq is an unstoppable.
He had some key blocks, but Shaq was still getting busy with us.
That's all you need.
You know what I'm saying? Look, at the end of the day.
Mutombo. Is he better than Mutombo?
Who?
Z.
No.
Oh, wow. Really?
But Mutombo, this is the thing. Mutombo got more offense than Ben.
Fine.
Mutombo can hit a hook shot.
Okay.
Mutombo might hit a little elbow here and there. You know what I'm saying? And he can defend like Ben.
Really?
Are you kidding me? How many defensive player of the years Mutombo got?
Is it more than Ben's?
They got like the same amount, don't they?
No.
They both got like 4.
I don't think so. Because Mutombo was in the league same time as Dennis Rodman.
Let me check this out.
Mutombo was in the league same time.
I just want to make sure. I'm not saying.
And he was in the league same time as the Admiral, David Robinson.
David Robinson is better than people give credit for.
Okay then. So there's no way he can have more defensive players the same.
Hold on, I'm looking this up, man.
And didn't the glove win one?
We talking about centers here, brother.
No, but like you talking about defensive player of the year.
Yeah, Mutombo won 4 times, tied with Ben Wallace.
So you still taking Mutombo?
If we're being technical,
who impacts the game more, Ben Wallace or Z?
Ben Wallace.
So why is this even a debate? Why is this even a debate? Why is this even a debate?
Why are we comparing Big Z to Ben Wallace? Why are we comparing them to? I don't even know how that even happened.
That was the original question, because we had got there because you was talking about this Cavs roster like Z was a tier 2 center.
But Dog, wasn't nobody just going to work on Z like that.
No, but he wasn't just going to work on anybody like that.
But he wasn't no easy, dog. You wasn't about to just
in
be
that
getting busy
era,
on
nobody
Z.
was easy, but there were
You know
still
what I'm
levels to
saying?
this.
Like, look,
In that era, nobody was easy, but there were still levels to this.
the Cavs, at the end of the day, there was 2 mistakes that was made with LeBron rosters. That Cavs roster, all they had to do was get, I don't know what was going on. Look, all rookies go through problems.
No,
okay?
no. I'm not saying him personally. I'm talking about the roster that he had as a rookie.
Right.
They didn't want him there.
Because
The teammates did.
if they would have just stuck it out and seen that he would have had Darius Miles looking like Scottie Pippen probably. You know what I'm saying? If he would have stayed there,
Whoa.
he would have had. Darius Miles was better than giving
Whoa.
credit.
Scottie Pippen?
No, he would have had him looking like, because LeBron has a very good way of making people look better than what they is.
Right.
So he would have had Darius Miles looking official, but Darius Miles wasn't trash either. Now.
No, I'm not saying that he was.
So,
trash, but you talking about you compare him.
Yeah, I said he would have had him looking like. I didn't say he would have been. He had Daniel Gibson looking official.
Booby, yep. And look how long his career lasted.
All right
after that
then.
was
So, but Darius has skills. Well, we gonna cut the episode short. Because folks done woke up.
As y'all can see,
Our
we can do
host-
this all day.
Our
We can
host
do
went to
this all
sleep.
day.
Our moderators went to sleep on us.
As you can see, we can do this all day. No.
No, we could have went.
Technically we finished what we was meant to do. Like
Yeah.
we finished talking about the seeds and who's gonna win and how many games. But as we naturally do, this is part of the reason why we need a mediator to keep us on track. But we need them to take something to stay up, because we lost both of them.
Exactly. So I will name this episode later. I don't know what I'm gonna name it. Maybe something they gotta do with the playoffs. What did we talk about more? We talk about the playoffs more so than anything, right?
Yeah, we talk about the playoffs more.
So it's gonna be the playoff predictions, episode 4.
Because we was on the WNBA and the woman thing for like an hour.
We were supposed to do 2 episodes, but we did it all like in one,
We did
kind
all in
of.
one
So
because we was trying to, the whole reason for this mainly was because we was trying to wait till the final results was in,
Right.
the seeding matches up.
Right.
And they had 2 games today, and that Pelicans result didn't come in until later on, and so we was kind of watching that live while we was talking about other things.
right. So we doing next week or a week after next, or we gonna figure that out later?
We gonna have to figure that out later. We need to come up with what we gonna talk about though.
All right. So
I think we naturally going backwards with the eras.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I think we should hit the next eras.
Yep.
Maybe we could talk about. I mean, the next era that we would talk about, because we spent a whole segment talking about this current era.
Yeah.
So we need to go to the 2010s and the 2000s.
that's gonna be like the coldest.
The coldest eras right there.
Yeah.
The 2000s.
So we gonna talk about that next episode.
We can plan on that, and we might throw something else in there too. We got some ideas to give y'all some education on some old school players that you may have forgotten about, that you don't think about, that we deeply respect and we feel like are great players. Some of these players might be superstars. Some of these players might be role players from the past that could be superstars in this era.
Yep.
So we'll give y'all some education.
And we gonna debut Fix My Squad too.
Oh yeah, we were supposed to do that tonight.
We were supposed to,
We were
but
supposed to do that.
folks came out of coma and told us to cut it off.
Blame that on us.
They told us to cut it off.
So we're gonna start with the hometown team. Should we do an East and the West team?
Yeah, but we start with the hometown first.
We're gonna start with the Pistons. We're gonna fix the Pistons. At least in our opinion, what we would do if we was given the keys.
We could do Pistons and Orlando.
No, I want to save Orlando until
Rub it in, cause y'all in the playoffs.
I'm not rubbing it in, man, because we're gonna be sitting on the couch like y'all pretty soon. Okay. Okay. So I would think that we should do this one Eastern team, one Western team. The Pistons was the worst in the East.
Thanks.
We'll just
Appreciate it. Appreciate that, man.
We'll just work our way up the ladder.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we'll go worse
Right.
in the East, worse in the West. So
Right.
the Pistons and we got Portland.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Come on, man.
Yeah. At least the Lions almost went to the Super Bowl.
I can say that about the Jaguars about 3 times, fam. I've been through that pain, man. I know what that's like. I know what that's like. So yeah, you got to wrap up.
All right. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share. We have more Freeze Corners coming.
We might or might not have the Queens with us. I don't know if they're going to support us like that again or not. We'll see.
They said they want to be mods.
Mediators.
Mediators. They said they want to, but they be sleeping.
We need
so.
to give them like a sheet so they can like have something to keep track on.
You know what I'm saying? They said they said they wanted to be on, but they sleeping. So.
Yep.
All right.
We at 3 hours, y'all.
No, you was asleep too.
No, I was asleep, but I never said, oh yeah, I'm gonna be on this.
Oh, okay.
You fell asleep twice, actually. She fell asleep, then she woke back up and chimed in a little bit, and she went right back to sleep.
Well, that's the end. So we gonna be back next week. We gonna have more segments this week and all that stuff. Keep the content going. Appreciate it. We out.
F&S, the attention is to be the best. Not just sports, every box we check. Whatever topic we address. No such thing as putting us to the test. We not compromised. Guess you could say we selfish in that sense. What's your top 10? We break it down a list. Not moved by analytics. We judging off live production. Handle your business, we talk about it. Stick up the bill, then we talk about it. Not just star focus. Attention goes to the whole roster. Show you how to conduct a show proper. No props, all dialogue. Fact droppers. This the right show you chose. Keep you in the know and never move the goalpost.
We gonna cover off the court, off the
Yeah, we covering everything.
We'll talk about players.